Hello, and welcome to the latest Genesys RPG Community Live Play. I am Ryle, and I will be the GM for tonight's adventure, the Faestone Caper. This adventure takes place in the Runebound setting, using the Realms of Terrinoth sourcebook and the Genesys role-playing system. I am joined tonight by three players. First, Tim. Who have you brought for this adventure?
Hey everybody, I'm Tim, and my character is Killick, a Dunwar dwarf who is a wandering mendicant priest. He's taken, you can kind of think of him as having taken a vow of poverty and vowed to help the poor, and although he considers himself a morally upstanding citizen of Gender's Harbor, his adopted city, he feels that, his talents really the only people that want him in this city for his talents are people hiring to do crime. So he's not super thrilled about that, but does think that, the more money he can get, the more good he can do. So he's a divine caster and many other talents besides, and that's kind of his whole thing.
And am I wrong in thinking that he's sort of conflicted about his connection to the deity that he ostensibly worships?
Yeah, they decided that he was not super into Killick Kelos as like a god, but figures, given his gift of gab, his penchant for preaching, he figures that getting people to be good to one another is like kind of the greatest good that he can do, and doing so under the aegis of an established religion is probably the best shortcut to that goal that he's going to find. So he does abhor like infernal corruption and things. He's unsure about his own faith or his standing with his god.
Okay, well, our second player, Scott, tell us about your character, please.
So, yes, I'm playing Professor Potionsmith, who's a intellectual mage. He's 86, he's 5'5", and he has one of his arms is just a vine that can like move like an arm, but clearly some spell of his went awry a while ago, and he was transforming his arms into a vine. He's a mage, but he thinks he's a lot more famous and more renowned than he actually is. He was once like a part of a noble family who was rather wealthy, but he's sort of spent all that cash from his inheritance on cockamamie schemes and trying to be like a big, fancy, like powerful wizard. It hasn't quite worked out the way he hoped, so he's looking for money just to continue his wacky arcane adventure and his knowledge.
Very cool. Yeah, Professor Potionsmith. That's alliteration that really turns into a tongue twister. So I might just be calling him the professor tonight.
That's totally fine.
And then finally, Sheldon, who have you brought tonight?
I have Oren Thurkelhume. He's a dwarf, and you will often see him with a bow on his back, bow and quiver on his back, red hair, and Oren is he's from the Dunwar Mountains, but has left there, and he's a very kind of independent and intolerant of authority. He's come to Gender's Harbor just recently on travels, although I guess he's been met these two other partners here and agreed to work with them, and he's looking for money to maintain his freedom and autonomy. And he doesn't want to be caught up by his family or the guild that might want him to be part of their group or whatever. He's not really into groups. Small groups for a little while, okay, but yeah, only if it serves a purpose.
Very cool. Great. So those sound like some fun characters, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they interact with the story. So a brief note about safety tools. If there's a scene or a subject that comes up that's uncomfortable for any of us, you can just say, hey, can we pause for a second? Or alternately, you can just shoot me a direct message, which can just be the letter X if you don't want to be specific about what it is. And then we'll resolve the scene with a single roll, or maybe we'll just fade out and move on to the next scene. So with that out of the way, let's begin. Professor Potionsmith, the experimental arcanist, Killick, a reluctant follower of Kelos, and Oren Thurkelhume, a streetwise archer, I've taken a job from an upstart crime syndicate called the Lowwaters. They've been hired to break into the abandoned buildings of the defunct Faestone Trading Company and retrieve an item from within. The good news is, the crew were each paid an advance of 100 silver. The bad news is that the buildings are set to be demolished tomorrow morning. Killick, the professor, and Oren need some information before they approach the gates of the Faestone Company, and that's why they find themselves down at the Shallow Street Wharf, late in the night, trying to talk their way past a rough-looking bouncer and through the front doors of the Shallows Draft House. The doorman, or perhaps door cat would be more appropriate, is a large and well-muscled Hyrynx. He stands beside the thick wooden door of the draft house. Now, what do you three want around here? I ain't seen yous before.
Well, clearly my reputation would precede me. See, I am Professor Potionsmith. You've no doubt heard of me, and let me just walk into your establishment here.
Potionsmith is your name?
Yeah, Potionsmith, clearly. The famous wizard.
Famous, huh? Well, I ain't heard of you.
Potion? It's Potionsmith.
Hey, don't try to confuse me with all those letters. I suppose you guys don't look too bad. How about 10 silver each and I'll let you in?
I feel like Killick would step up and be like, "Look, one, you can see we're busted. We don't have that kind of money just to be throwing around. And two, would you really try to rip off a man of the cloth like that?" And he just kind of holds up his like holy symbol.
A man of the cloth, huh? If you're gonna do proselytizing, maybe I should increase the amount to 15 for you.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you half of whatever I get in there.
Half of what you get. I don't even understand what that means.
You get a cut.
Pay up, or make a roll to convince me, one or the other.
All right, can I try to use coercion to like shame or browbeat him into letting us in?
Okay, that sounds good. So the difficulty is just 2 purple with 1 upgrade. Nice. 1 success and 1 advantage. All right, okay, hey, lay off, buddy, lay off. You can't blame a guy for trying to make a little extra coin. I'll let you in. But, look, don't tell nobody inside I'll let you in without paying, all right? And then you're left with an advantage there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about that. I'm just gonna like bless him. Like I don't think Kelos is really into the cross or anything, but whatever the local, whatever the in-world equivalent of that is. Can I get like an impression of like, is this just the shakedown? Is that what he does to everybody, or like, is there actually a cover charge? Like, can I get some gleaning into the truth there?
Sure, yeah, I think with the advantage, you can get a little insight. Just what you suspect. He's just seeing if he can milk you guys for a little bit of money. Mm-hmm. Definitely no standard door charge here.
Alrighty. Well, that's Ginger's Harbor for you.
All right, well, come on in, fellas.
Is there a VIP setting here?
VIP? No VIP section.
No. Shame.
Yeah, but you could ask the bartender for... Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you?
Oh, no, it's all good. What's your name again?
Tobeans. Mr. Tobeans.
Tobeans, you know what? Here's 5 silver for your trouble.
Oh, hey, all right.
And just be friendly with us the next time around. That'll be great. And I think Killick here will honor his word, and the professor, he's always good for a little entertainment.
Oh, all right.
And all just regular folk down here, eh? Is that right?
Definitely regular folks around here, no doubt about that. But, look, if you're going to be nice enough to give me a tip, the 3 of you don't really look like you're here for drinks. What is it, any direction I can point you? You trying to score tonight, or what's going on?
We require information.
Oh, information, huh? Well, the bartender Deanie, she always knows what's going on around here.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Hey, you're welcome. Look at the manners on this one. So, entering the saloon, you find a couple dozen patrons sitting at tables in a long bar. And on the far wall, there's an archway which leads into a large sort of darkened dining hall. Seems to be perhaps active during the daytime. The saloon is lit with oil lamps and pipe smoke that lends a haze to the air. You can see Deanie, the bartender, an elven woman. She's serving a round of ales to some folks sitting at the bar. And many folks within the saloon look up as you walk through the door with interest, but quickly look away. What would you guys like to do?
What have we been? There's an object in the Faestone Trading Company that what do we know about the object?
So it is a pearlescent orb,
Mhm.
small enough to carry in one hand. It should be well protected, perhaps prominently displayed. The low waters didn't have a lot of information about it, or at least they weren't willing to tell you much about it, other than it should be somewhere in the buildings, and they desire it greatly.
Prominently displayed, well protected, small enough to carry in one
Right.
hand.
So looking around the bar, like I described, you've got the bartender up there, some folks sitting at the bar. Off in one corner, there's a Penny Coco, which is like a rat person, rat folk, who seems a bit pensive, and his eyes lingered on you longer than most everyone else. From the little satchel that he has next to him, he looks like he might be some kind of vendor or a salesperson. And then another section of the bar, you see a long table with a number of rough-looking folks, possibly fishermen or dock workers, and then a smattering of other folks, including a group of local dwarves, Kingless Coast dwarves. They look pretty tough. Some young guys gathered around another round table.
A lot of ruffians in this establishment. Not my kind of people.
Well, I think, Professor, that's what you might expect down here at the docks. I think that Orin would probably be quiet and watching, but if you guys wanted to approach someone, he might. I'll just play Orin as a kind of a quieter in the background. If you guys want to talk to Deanie or
Yeah, I'll go up to her and order a drink.
Hey there, fella. What can I get for you?
Yes, we'll have one of your finest wines, please.
Finest wines, oh? All right, okay, sure. Just a glass, or you want the whole bottle?
Leave the bottle.
All right. It's going to be 15 silver for the whole bottle.
And then I look like oh shit, like I don't have a lot of money, so
Well, I briefly mentioned it in the opening. I should have been a little more specific. You all have been paid in advance of 100 silver.
well, he's got debts, so
That money's gone, man.
that money's gone. Yes, 15 gold silver, yes. So I'll give you the 15.
Thank you very much. Anything for your friends, or are they going to be sharing the bottle?
Oh no, they'll be paying for themselves. Yeah, thank you.
I understand.
And then I'll try to hit her up for like information if she knows of anything or if she's heard anything.
Information, huh? What do you want information about?
Any my accent's real consistent. Any
That's all right. Mine's going to drift a lot throughout the game.
I'll describe like the object. Like, have you heard any talk about such object?
A pearlescent orb, huh? No, doesn't ring a bell. What's it in connection to? Supposed to be around here somewhere?
Yes, quite.
Well, no, I mean, during the day at the wharf, there's all kinds of people selling all sorts of stuff, but I have never heard of any kind of pearlescent orb.
Yes. Is there a person we could talk to that's would deal in such items?
Well, that fellow over there, the Penny Coco, his name's Grinnin. He's a seller of potions. The rest of the folks in the bar tonight, they're here to drink, but no one else here is selling anything.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
I think
And, I'll see if anybody else wants to do anything else. I'll go back. I'll tell the other two.
I think after standing at a bar or at a table, and just scanning the room based on what's been described so far, I think Killick would peg this. You said he was a rat folk. This Grinnin guy.
Yeah, Grinnin.
I think he would have a hunch that if this guy's in a seedy bar selling a sack full of goods, these might be goods from Uncle, so to speak, and he might go over and introduce himself and ask if he's selling some of his uncle's bequeathments. And if so, what kind of goods has he got?
Hello, oui. Yes, I have wares for sale. All manner of potions, stamina potions, healing elixirs, regeneration elixirs, protective tonics. I got it all, really.
I see. Well, I'd be interested in seeing your wares, but I'd be even more interested in anything you might know about the Faestone Trading Company and why it closed up. I'm gonna palm him like 10 silver as I say that.
The Faestone. He spits. I hate that place.
Tell me more, friend.
You can keep your silver. I'll tell anyone about that place. My brother. Well, he heard the rumor there was some kind of valuable thing there in the Faestone, and he and some of his friends, they went there to break in, and I have not seen him since. That foul building, that cursed building. I fear that he met an awful end there.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Has there been any other sort of trouble there that you're aware of? Or is this very recent that this sort of thing has started happening?
Well, my brother, he disappeared only a week ago, but that building has been cursed ever since it shut down in almost 2 years now.
Cursed, you say?
Cursed, yes. Nobody goes there. It's dangerous. It's a place that people go and they don't come back, like my brother.
Are there any rumors about this curse that you've heard?
Rumors. Everyone says rumors. If you ask anyone in this bar, I'm sure they have a story to tell about the Faestone. I avoid it. I stay away from there. If I don't even go near it. I cross the street. I do not pass it.
I see. All right. Well, I'm sorry to bring up a painful subject. I'm gonna take that 10 silver that I was gonna just give to him.
Well, hell, don't be so hasty. Don't be so hasty.
Well, you don't be so hasty. I was gonna buy you a drink instead. I really appreciate the information.
Oh, well, that's kind. Well, I was going to say, I have all these potions for sale. Perhaps if you would like to make a deal, if you are going to the Faestone, maybe you could look for some kind of evidence about what happened to my brother. And in return, perhaps I could give you a small discount on a potion.
Well, truth be told, I do intend to investigate this curse and the property of the Faestone Trading Company. So certainly, I'd be willing to take you up on that offer.
Excellent. Well, let's see. I have a wide variety to choose from here. As I said, I have stamina, healing, and regeneration elixirs. I have protective tonic. And that's it. That's all I have today. But I would be happy to give you 5 silver off whatever you purchase.
Can't ever have too many potions. I think I will take a healing and a stamina. So that should be 20 and 45, correct?
Correct. Well, it is nice doing business to you. With you. But, if you do see any evidence of what happened to my brother, again, his name was Altair. He looked a lot like me. But his ear was not scarred like this. He had a beautiful ears.
All right. Well, I will certainly keep an eye out while we're there and keep an ear out for the name.
Thank you.
What did he do there?
He was attempting to get valuable items that he heard were there within the Faestone building. So he gathered some friends together and they planned to break in.
Did they go in there with healing potions and stamina potions?
I tried not to do business within the family, but he has his own resources.
Well, I will take a healing potion and a stamina potion. But I'm really curious why the Faestone Company it hasn't been running and the building is still there. And what do you know what happened to the company?
I have to be honest, I don't know a lot about it. It's just recently that I have come and begun to sell my wares on this part of town. But perhaps Deanie, the bartender, knows. I mean, she has been here for 60, 70 years.
That's a long time to be a bartender.
Yeah, well, she's an elf, so they live for a long time.
That's still a long time to be a bartender.
Takes all kinds to make the world go round, eh?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so that's 1 stamina and 1 healing?
Yeah, so I'll give you 60 coins for that.
65 was the discount.
Oh, okay. 65 then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Be well. Take care.
You too, yes.
Stay safe.
See me anytime. I'll be here.
I'm also interested in a stamina potion. I'm noticing though that these ingredients or the look of these potions they seem inferior.
Inferior? How dare you?
Could I get it? I understand with a man in your stature would do the best they can. I'm sure you did the best you could. But
Are you calling me short?
Potions? No, not at all. I'm quite short myself. I'm only not that tall for a human. So I'm only. So back to these potions. This inferior potion. Yes. I'd like a little bit more of a discount.
I see. Well, I suppose we could maybe talk about a more substantial discount, but that sort of thing might be a negotiation check.
Crap. I was hoping to deceive. Okay, that's fine. I think I'm bad at negotiation, which is great. Okay.
So it'll be your negotiation versus his. And so he has 2 green. Yeah, so that'll translate into 2 purples, 2 difficulty dice.
Okay.
And upgraded once. He's got 1 rank in negotiation.
Okay. 2 failures and 1 advantage.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm afraid your arguments fall onto my ears, which are deaf. As you can see, this one is horribly disfigured. No discount for you today, but you fellas are going over to the Faestone. You might find some evidence what happened to my brother. The guy owes me lots of money, so that'll be good to hear.
So your brother owes you lots of money?
No, yes, yeah.
Oh.
Look, that's why I don't like...
Is that why you no longer do business with family?
I don't like to do business with family. Yes, you've hit on it exactly. That is correct.
Yes, brothers who owe other brothers is terrible. And I look very nervous. Like I clearly owe my brother lots of money.
Well, do you have a thought for that advantage?
I have no idea.
Perhaps he can give you a little more information about someone else who might know something.
Yeah, that works for me.
You see those 3 dwarves over there? Yeah, they grew up in this neighborhood. They've been here their whole life. So they probably know quite a bit about the Faestone. And they're always hanging about. I see them all the time on the street corner. So you might want to ask them. They might know something else.
Great. Thank you.
No problem. And listen, they admire toughness. So be tough when you talk to them.
I'm already tough, but okay.
And with that, the Pandicoco closes his little case of potions again and carefully stashes the coins you've paid him somewhere deep within his garments. Any thoughts about who you'd like to talk to next?
I feel like the bartender might be our best lead if we can get her to open up a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Who wants to take the lead on that conversation?
Oren can.
Sure, I can.
Oh, go ahead. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go for it.
Yeah, so Oren will, I guess 3 of us probably walk over there, and I'm going to order a drink. Oren orders a drink, and yeah, so I think one of you already talked to her, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potionsmith did.
Okay, right, yeah. Deanie, is that right? Is it Deanie?
That's right, Teeny. How'd you know my name? Somebody tell you?
Oh, Tibble Tubbs, or whatever his name is at the front door. He told us. What's his name? He's got such a strange name.
Mr. Toebeans.
Mr. Toebeans?
Mr. Toebeans. Oh, get it.
Yeah, he does have a tendency to run his mouth, I suppose. But since you know my name, why don't you tell me yours?
Oh, my name's Oren. Yeah, this is I think our first time in this establishment. I like it down here. I feel kind of at home and comfortable.
Well, that's nice of you to say.
Yeah, we were just talking to Rinkin over there. Man, I'm bad with names today.
You mean Grinnin?
Grinnin, that's it. Yeah, we were buying potions, and yeah, we had funny enough, we have a bit of something in common there. His brother worked over at, or went investigating over at the Faestone Trading building.
I told him it was a mistake, but he was convinced that he and his little group could do it.
Yeah, fascinating. I wonder what's going on at that building. I don't know what happened to that company. Why would they call it a cursed building?
Well, I do have quite a bit of information, but information isn't cheap.
Oh, sure, yeah. Oh, no. Just just really making conversation. I don't know, really looking for any kind of information that would cost us anything, but
Oh, okay. You want
you know,
you want just like a free sample of what of the kind of stuff that I know, huh?
yeah, sure, that sounds good. Well, I mean, I'm just making conversation. I don't know if I really want to
Oh yeah,
sample.
just conversation. That's a very pleasant conversation. Sure. All right. Well, that'll be two silver for the ale.
Okay, yeah, and I give her 4 silver.
Oh, all right. Well, the Faestone Trading Company, they kind of came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, this fella came in with a lot of money, and he bought a ship and he rented out that building. Eventually, he bought the lease. Before you know it, he had 3 ships. Became pretty well known as a trader of curios, expensive goods, magic items, that sort of thing. But then, one day, out of nowhere, they just closed up shop. They boarded the doors, they shuttered the windows, they locked the gate, and nobody saw anyone go in or out ever again.
Wow. And you don't know who it is that owns the building now, or do they have people watching the building, taking care of it or anything like that?
No, it's been abandoned ever since. You go and look through the gate now, you'll see there's weeds growing up through the cobblestones. But good news is tomorrow they're supposed to tear the whole thing down.
Oh,
Pretty funny you guys here asking about it the night before they tear it down.
Who there is tearing it down?
Oh, the city. Yeah. The Wharf Improvement District or whatever it's called.
wharf improvement. I bet.
Yeah, they're supposed to level the whole thing, and if the pier's still sturdy enough, which I don't see why it wouldn't be, they'll probably sell it to the highest bidder.
Huh. Oh well, thanks for the tasty drink, and it's fairly busy. Is it busy in here? I don't know. Are these all your
It's
regulars?
pretty average for a Tuesday.
Those dwarves over there, those guys are regulars.
Those guys grew up in this neighborhood.
Hmm. They've been around a while.
They've been around a while, yeah. Not as long as me, but they've been around a while. They're pretty tough though. If you want to go talk to them, don't be any kind of retiring shy hothouse flower.
Yeah, don't want to run on the wrong side of dwarves. That's for sure.
I never do.
Well, Professor Killick, what do you guys think? Should we go say hello to them, or do we have any more gabbing we want to do with Deanie here? Then I finish my drink.
No, we can talk to those laborer dwarves.
Can I make a streetwise roll or something, Ryle, to maybe
Absolutely.
think about those dwarves? I want to know what kind of work those dwarves might do.
I think an average streetwise check.
Cool. Nope.
So these dwarves, they're locals. One thing that you do know about dwarves of the Kingless Coast, some centuries ago, they left the homeland. The reason is kind of lost to time, but they came here and worked to deal with the local lord to build sort of like a colony, like a dwarven colony here. And so for the past 200 years, they've been a huge part of this city, and they're known largely for their craft work. They do a lot of like little intricate rune crafts, but they've been here for so long that, of course, there's all sorts of they fill all aspects of society, and these guys don't look like they're doing a lot of rune crafting.
Right. Well, who's the toughest of us?
Well, all of us have the same bronze score, actually. I'm gonna ask Deanie, like, what's your like cheapest fire water?
Oh, nice.
Like whatever the local rot gut is.
Yeah, for 1 silver, I'll pour you a glass of this fish belly over here.
That is a uniquely unappetizing name.
Oh well, it's made out of fermented fish bellies. So yeah, it's an acquired taste to say the least.
Well, I'll take 5 of those, please. And when she's got them
You
poured,
got it.
I'm going to take it over to the table with the 3 dwarves, set them down, and say, "You look like some thirsty lads. Here." And then down 2 of them myself, by way of introduction.
That's pretty impressive. I think maybe a coercion check with, with a boost. Maybe one boost for each shot. Because this stuff, have you ever had Malort?
Yes.
Malort is the sweet nectar of the gods when compared to what you just tasted.
All right, so
So yeah. So the difficulty, let's see, their willpower. The difficulty is 2 purple.
and I'm doing a coercion check, and I get 2 boost for being a baller.
Oh god.
Are you kidding me?
Wow. So the 3 dwarves watch you take those 2 shots, gulp them down. And one of them, she shakes her head and says, "Oh, man, I don't know who you're trying to impress with that. Are these for us, then?"
Oh yeah, you all look like thirsty dwarves down the hatch.
Okay. We'll take them, thank you. Here's some fish bit in your eye, huh? And the 3 dwarves down their shots. So you didn't really succeed in impressing them too much, but you do have 4 advantage there.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that, like, clearly I did not impress them, but maybe can we use that advantage to, like, at least they're already gonna get a story out of this. They're gonna laugh about this, probably joke about it for a couple of days. Like, hey, remember that asshole? So hopefully they're at least open to talking to us. Like, they're amused by this. And can I just, like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what your table rule is on that, but how much boost can I pass to the next person to act?
Oh yeah. Well, so if the very next person you can pass blue eye with just 1 advantage, and then one thing that I tend to do, my table rule is 3 advantage can equal an upgrade.
So I can pass a boost and an
Yes.
upgrade. Okay, let's do
Awesome.
that.
Well, look, boys, why'd you come over here? You wanted to just chat us up? You wanted to buy us some drinks? You taking a shine to the way I look or something?
Well, we were just hoping to get the skinny from some local folks, and you all look like you fit the bill. I'm gonna say that I'm like still like like forcing out the words between like clearing my throat, coughing. And I'll point to either I'll point to Oren to like signal him like you talk.
Yeah. Well, we're just our first time in the shallows in this establishment, and we said hello to Deanie and trying to get comfortable, meet people, and we thought you folks been here. You seem Deanie said you were regulars, and we're just working together here in the neighborhood, and we're actually we're really interested in what's going to happen to that Faestone Trading building, and to be honest with you, that's where our heads are at, trying to understand what's going on, why they're shutting it down.
They're shutting it down because that place is cursed. That place has been a danger to this neighborhood ever since they closed it up. Talk about wandering accents. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. It's supposed to be like vaguely Jamaican and somewhere in the Scottish lowlands right now.
Yeah.
Jamaican dwarves is a new one on me.
Well, they live right near the beach, so.
Yes. Do you know why they specifically why they shut it down?
No one really knows that. One day they just up and closed the whole place. They were doing well too. The dock workers that worked there and even the sailors would come in here quite often. But one day they just closed it all up. I'll tell you what, me and the boys, we try to fill our time, and sometimes there's not a lot to do down here in this part of the city. So, yeah, you get up to doing some little bit of no good, a little bit of getting into a little bit of trouble. So sometimes we'd climb up over that fence and hook some little bits of flagstone up at the window, see if we could break them.
And did you get cursed? Did you get cursed by doing that?
No, we didn't get cursed,
No.
but we got run off.
Oh, you got run off.
Run off by who?
I don't know if I want to say anymore. You might think we're crazy.
Well, we know that there's history of that. Who owned it before was collecting special items, and I would guess probably magic items or stuff like that, and when you mess with magic, as these gentlemen could tell you, you have to know what you're doing, and magic and the other worlds, it can be dangerous, right? No, I think you'd be able to tell us whatever you need.
Is dangerous magic why that one has a vine for an arm?
No mind the arm, yes. Some accidents happen, make an omelet, so you gotta crack a few eggs. Oh.
Well, I never seen anything like that before. That's a new one. Here, pull your sleeve up there. Let us have a good look at it.
Oh, yes. It looked very, very sheepish, and I really don't want to, but I sort of, gradually lift the sleeve up, and yeah, just a vine.
Oh, look at that thing wiggle.
Like,
Can you control it?
yeah, and I just move it like an arm. It bends like at the elbow and the wrist and everything.
This gets quite a reaction. They're like leaning forward across the table and getting a good look at it. Well, just look at that. Never seen anything like it before.
Yes. Circus show over. Tell me who did you see at the in the window?
So, I think you guys have ingratiated yourself enough here to where I don't know if a roll is necessary. But, would you guys be comfortable translating those advantages earlier into them just taking a liking to you?
Sure.
Rather than trying to hold on to it for a
Sure,
roll.
I'm gonna go with that.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. I suppose if you've got a weird arm like that, you won't think we're weird for what I'm about to tell you. So as I said, we'd climb the fence, right? We'd throw in some little chips of stone at the window. I just gotten a good one right up in there and broke it clean through. Well, we heard something. We heard something scrabbling on the stones from the shadows. Whatever it was coming quick. I thought there was at least 3 or 4 of them, but the other boys aren't so sure. But it was coming for us, and it was coming quick. So we scrambled back up and over the fence. Didn't get a good look at it, but it knocked over the wheel off one of the carts that's still in the yard over there. So I know something was there. And the smell, the smell. It stunk to the ugly sky above like a rotted fish.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
It was. I have nightmares about it.
Well, maybe it's a good thing that they're tearing it all down then.
Yeah, it's a good thing they're tearing it down, if they can manage it. Wouldn't want to be whoever it is that has to go in there and try and knock them buildings down.
Where is it? You went in. Is there a good spot in the fence where you guys always popped over there to take a look?
Just along the edge, where the edge of the pier meets the land, right there. The fence, 2 of the posts were put too close together, so you can get a good grip on them and climb up and over.
Well, I'm thinking maybe it would be worth our money to catch whatever is in there, because it seems like that thing might be the trouble. So we could go in there and maybe just interesting.
Good luck catching whatever that was. I tell you, it was coming quick.
Well, I've got quick arrows. I know how to use them.
And I've got a quick mind.
Professor, were you going to ask something?
Yes, but I don't quite remember what it was. So onward then.
Well, thanks for the drinks, even if it was fish belly.
My pleasure. That local flavor is certainly an acquired taste.
Yeah, it'll linger. It's going to linger. Going to be tasting that tomorrow.
Well, thank you for welcoming us and sharing a drink.
Yeah, good luck in there. If you're breaking into the Faestone, I'll buy you a drink if you make it back out.
I'll hold you to it.
All right, shall we?
Yes.
So as the 3 adventurers leave the Shallows Draft House and pass by Mr. Tobin's at the door onto the darkened street, you turn your attention toward the wharf, and your eyes follow the structure of the big wooden warehouses and buildings. All the way down at the end, you see the gate of the Faestone Pier waiting for you. There's a gated iron fence which boxes in a flagstone courtyard, and scattered across the courtyard, large weeds have kind of found root amongst the stones. And you can see the warehouse kind of directly across from you, and then to the right there's the entrance to sort of like an office building, 4-story building. In the courtyard there's a wagon and a carriage, both of which are kind of twined with vines, a little bit overgrown. And the place is silent.
How tall is the wall in the gate?
12 feet high.
That's more than 2 dwarves high.
Might even be 3. Well, no, not quite.
3 really short dwarves.
We do know those dwarves were climbing the fence in the back corner by the pier where the
Were they?
right?
Did they get over the fence?
Something
or?
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they found a spot where 2 of the iron bars of the fence are kind of a little bit closer together, so you can kind of wedge yourself and get up a little bit easier.
Oh, okay. Well, then we should do that.
Let's try their spot.
Yeah.
So over on that side of the pier where the fence kind of like reaches the edge and turns up toward the building to run along the edge of the pier, you see indeed there are 2 of the iron bars are a little bit closer together, giving you an opportunity to get a good grip on them. So to climb would be normally a hard athletics check, but here it's average.
Well, I guess we're doing this.
Yeah.
If anyone has rope,
Rope.
I feel like I've got rope for sure. Yes. Climbing gear is on this sheet.
Nice.
oh, nice.
Removes a setback.
Do you wanna go up first?
Yep, sure. Let's do it. And I will. So my climbing is not super great, or my athletics.
If we help him, can he get some boosts for that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, boost die for
Boost stirrup hands.
Helping me out. Average difficulty.
average difficulty. Yeah. So I think technically this is called unskilled assistance.
Right. And I should spend. Are you guys okay if I spend a story point to upgrade one of these?
Sure.
Okay. All right. An advantage.
Okay. So with the climbing gear and the rope, I'm not gonna. So failure here isn't that you weren't able to make it to the top of the fence, but it does mean that you weren't able to set up the rope for everyone else to easily get over.
Yep.
And you're very precarious up there. So getting any kind of slip or mistake now could end up with you falling off the other side of the fence.
Oh man! Oh boy! Oh, careful coming up here, guys! This is high, 12 feet. But you got to make it out here. Got to climb up. Let's go.
So with the one advantage there,
I could pass that as a
boost.
Yeah.
Right on. All right. So whoever goes next, you'll get that boost, and then you can still be assisted by the remaining person.
Okay, so I can get a boost from him and a boost from the professor?
Exactly.
All right, let's try this. You said it was average, right?
Right.
Oh, woof.
So
while Oren is embarrassingly balanced, precariously balanced at the top of the fence.
maybe can I lower Oren to the ground on the other side and then help the professor up while I'm up here with my advantage?
Yeah, with 3 advantages, I think you guys have rope, you have climbing gear, 2 of you are up on top of the fence. I think you can get all 3 of you over at this point.
Okay.
And no threats or despair, so you didn't make a lot of noise doing it either.
And shall we go ahead and say we're leaving the rope tied up so that we can use it to get out easily if we need?
That sounds good.
Yeah. I guess we're on the other side. Is there the gate? Can we easily open the gate?
Well, the gate is locked.
I'm gonna say
It's possible to try to pick the lock, but you guys are already inside now.
Yeah.
So as the professor puts his feet onto the cobblestones, you guys look up ahead, and a little gust of wind kind of blows through the weeds and carries a saltwater smell to your noses. So again, ahead, you see a carriage and a wagon. Both have been there for a long time. And then to the right is the 4-story office building. Straight ahead is a warehouse.
I feel like a valuable item would be in the office building rather than the warehouse. What do y'all think?
I agree.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Would a streetwise roll make sense there to guide that decision?
Yeah, kind of like a second story, like someone who's got experience with B&Es might have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, an average streetwise check. Because you're unfamiliar with the city, I'll add a black die.
Okay. No, cannot roll.
Yeah, this is just so far outside of the deep caverns and hallways that you grew up in. It's like you're in kind of a brand new environment and wrapping your head around it.
Yeah.
It's not really connecting the dots for you. And so 0 successes and a threat. So with that threat, as you're looking around, you're also kind of securing that rope and putting away your climbing gear. And one of the pythons slips free and clatters on the ground.
Oh, damn. Oren's definitely going to have his bow out as we start moving to, I guess we'll probably head over to the building.
The office building.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you cross the courtyard here, are you guys trying to be quiet, trying to be stealthy, or?
Oren is definitely up.
Yeah, I think we'd.
For sure.
Yeah, I think I'd try to be stealthy for sure.
It certainly couldn't hurt.
So stealth checks can be performed by one person, and success means that they move quietly. And then for each additional success, you can bring one other person with you.
Not me.
I've got two yellows and a green for stealth.
I have one.
I think the professor and I each have 1 green for stealth.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll roll that. What difficulty do you want me to use, Rel?
So it is 1 green and 1 red.
One,
I'm sorry.
one purple.
One purple and 1 red. Yeah.
Yep.
One difficulty and one, whatever the red die is called because it escapes me. Challenge, yeah.
Yeah. Unless anybody wants to hang on to them, I'll use a story point for an upgrade.
Might as well.
Okay. Here we go. See if this one's luckier. Oh my goodness.
Oh man. It's not been kind to Oren tonight. Yeah, 0 successes, 1 advantage. Okay, so Oren begins to lead the professor and Killick across the courtyard. And at first it's clear that he's done this, dozens, hundreds of times before.
Yeah.
His foot, he knows what he's doing. That much is clear. But unfortunately, as you guys are nearing the wagon, when a bit of broken wood that's obscured by a bush catches your foot and you trip, not enough to fall flat, but you do end up kicking that wood, skittering across the courtyard for a few feet. So you have 1 advantage there. What do you think?
Can we? I don't know if this is too much, but just I guess because we're sort of listening as we're going, can I use that to learn anything about if there's anybody around?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as that piece of wood skitters across the cobblestone or the flagstones, you hear a noise, and looking up toward the warehouse, on the left side of the warehouse, away from the office building, are the docks for the pier, and they're very well shadowed as the edge of the warehouse kind of overhangs the wood of the dock. But something is there, like something has there's like a shadow is kind of coalesced into a form, and it begins to move toward you. In fact, there's more than one. There are 3 creatures headed toward you across the courtyard. So we'll go ahead and slip into initiative here.
Oh boy.
Ooh, there's a decent roll. They always come around eventually, right?
Supposedly. Never as quick as you want them to.
So streaking across the courtyard toward you are 3 undulating forms. They're about the size of a large dog, but they've got the head and tail of an eel. Threw a picture into the public chat there.
Ugly sons of guns.
Ooh, nasty.
Right now they just crossed into medium range, but all 3 PCs will get to go first.
Alrighty.
Well, guys, I think my MO is going to be arrows shooting. So I'm happy to go ahead of anybody running in.
Is any of us running in?
Everybody's going to be standing back at medium range, running away,
I think
shooting
so.
shooting lasers and arrows.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think any of us are.
Nice.
Yeah, nobody's a tank here, so
Yeah, I think we're all running.
Just racing around the courtyard, shooting at these things.
Okay, so am I right that Oren is going first?
Yep, I can.
All right, Oren.
Medium, you said?
Medium range.
All right, longbow. Oh, there we go. 3 successes.
Awesome. So that is a hit. So 11 damage. They have a soak of 3, so 8 gets through. That is enough to take out one of these minions.
Oh,
does Killick think these are infernal? Like, would I think these are natural or unnatural
That's an
creatures?
interesting question. So it certainly isn't anything that you've seen before, but I think it would require like a lore or adventuring check.
Mm-hmm. And I burn my action if I do that, right?
Unfortunately, yeah.
All right. Well, we can.
Also, if you advantage or triumph could be used on a roll to get more info.
Right. Killick is going to cast his spell as though this is an infernal being. First, he's going to need to be within short range, though, so he's going to stride faithfully forward, brandish his holy icon, and make a divine check to attack with both the holy and empowered effects added. Because of the use of his icon and because of signature spell, that will be 2 purple. And unless there's anything else to add to that, I think that's... I'm going to go ahead and roll.
Well, I think I do have all these... I have these 3 beautiful story points here. I'm just going to spend 1 to upgrade the difficulty. So,
Okay.
as they're charging forward, that arrow takes one out. It goes rolling across the flagstones. The other 2 kind of dip around it, and eeling their bodies makes them a little more difficult to hit.
Gotcha. All right. Here we go.
Nice. 3 successes.
So that does, because it's empowered, it does twice my characteristic as base damage, so that's 8. And then 2 damage for the holy if it's infernal. If they are indeed infernal, it'll do 2 damage per additional success. So that'd be 8 plus 6.
So what is your attack look like?
It is even though it does not have the fire effect, it is like a fiery, ethereal looking burst of energy that streams forth from my holy icon that I'm brandishing out in front of me. And but it's like, rather than red, it's like a pale blue. And Killick is gonna of course like shout some scripture at them while he's doing this. It's part of casting the spell.
Well, as you call on Kelos's energy, Kelos, I'm not sure how you say it.
I'm not either.
And it shoots forward and envelops these other 2 creatures, these eel dogs. One its flesh is ripped and boiled away by your magic, and it collapses onto the ground as well, tumbling in over end. The other is damaged as well, but it still rushes forward, and you can tell by the effect that these things are not infernal.
Okay. I've taken 2 strain to cast my spell. I'm considering defensive stance as a maneuver, but I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
That's my turn.
So the professor.
Well, yeah. I'll just blast it with like fire. The one that's sort of injured.
Awesome.
I'll use my Arcana to like send some like fire bolts at it.
Sweet. So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're doing right now you're at medium, which would be 2 difficulty.
Okay.
Or we can maneuver forward 1 maneuver into short range, which would reduce it to 1 difficulty.
Nah, I'll keep my distance.
And then if you do want to like add the fire effect, that would add the burn quality equal to your ranks in knowledge.
Okay.
And it would increase the difficulty to 3.
I think it looks pretty worse for wear. So I'll just keep it at the 2.
Okay. Oh boy, 4 successes and 2 advantage. So what's your base damage for that?
That's my intelligence.
Yes.
4. So it'd be 4.
4. Sweet. So 8 damage. Yeah, that will take out this last eel dog. What does that look like? So is it a fire attack, or is it like sort of styled as a fire?
Yeah, it's a fire attack. So
Okay.
it just torches the thing.
Just burns it down.
In flames. Yeah, just burns it down to cinders.
So as this one falls, their motion and the wind carries a smell toward you, and it rivals the fish belly. Like it's awful. It smells like rotted.
We're pretty sure this is the smell that they were talking about.
It seems exactly the smell that the dwarves were describing, and now it's got the added benefit of being charred flesh. But that smell. That smell kind of rolls across you as the last one comes to a stop.
Anybody want sushi?
All right, so I think that because there wasn't any like burn effect, like the flames kind of quickly set themselves out. What's the word I'm looking for? The flames are quickly quenched by the sort of soft, wet flesh of these creatures. But there's 3 of them laying there dead on the flagstones before you, and once again the courtyard is quiet.
Oh, can I spend my 2 advantage to
get
my strain back, or is that possible?
Well, not on the roll that
okay.
but we will now make a strain recovery roll, but if you have another idea for those advantage.
So do we know where they were coming from, like specifically?
They came from sort of the dock area to the side of the warehouse, so kind of like almost directly diagonally across the courtyard from where you are.
Okay. I'm not sure I have no ideas.
Yeah, let's see. 2 advantage. Well, you're an arcanist. You've done some research, certainly. You've done experimentation. You've tried to summon creatures and maybe create some minions of your own. Mm-hmm. With those 2 advantage, I could give you a little hint about the origin of these creatures.
Sure, yeah, let's do that.
You're convinced, that they have been mutated by the magic of the Anlong, which is like sort of the elemental plane. So these creatures were once something else, and they were kind of changed into their current form through magic of the Anlong.
Okay. And I'll tell the group that.
So we can do a strain recovery check. So cool or discipline with no difficulty.
Oh, thanks.
I know there's a lot of discussion about the proper way to handle advantage on a strain recovery roll. My opinion is you can spend advantage as you can on any other roll, so you can use the 1 advantage to regain strain.
Okay. Not going to look that gift horse in the mouth.
I know a lot of people don't care for that, but it's the way I do it. And then, Oren, you didn't get any successes. You got 4 advantage. You didn't have any strain.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably shouldn't have made that.
Well, that's all right. So as everyone's kind of catching their breath and checking themselves, making sure everything, nothing was disrupted in that brief combat, you are settling your bow and kind of looking around the courtyard. If you like, I can use those 4 advantages to kind of give you information about the buildings that you're looking at.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So from here, you can tell that both the warehouse and the office building, their front doors are barred. So they are locked and closed. The warehouse has windows along its 2nd floor. Several of them have been broken. So you could see that if you were to climb up to those windows, you could easily get in there. Above you, the office building, though the windows on this building have been shuttered and the shutters are locked. Looking at the bars on the doors, you might be able to figure out a way to pick them, use skullduggery to unlock them and open them up. That's true both for the entrance here and the windows above.
Well, I'm not, we did not do great with the last climb, so I would rather try to pick the locks first before trying more climbing. I do have some skill and thieves' tools there. You guys okay with just quietly going over to the doors, see if we can?
Yeah, go for it.
That makes sense.
Go for it. I'll watch your back.
I'll tell you how you're not doing it right.
All right. So, you good with we wander over there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you approach this this bar that's like set across the door, and there is sort of like a large lock on one side, and it's an average skullduggery check to pick that lock.
Let's give it a shot. And I think the thieves' tools just make it so I can use skullduggery, right? They don't really add anything.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Tool for the job.
All right. Whoa.
Nice.
Couple threats.
Yeah, 4 successes, 2 threat. You're able to easily get the lock open. Like, this is child's play for you. In fact, you literally have been doing this since you were a child.
Yep.
You pop that lock off, but as you're kind of pulling it out of the lock, the whole metal groove, what's the word I'm looking for here? The the piece of metal that holds up the bar across the door pulls free from the wood. Like it's rotted. And the whole thing collapses to the ground with a thud that kind of reverberates through the building beyond.
Oh, man. God. I don't know what is going on with me today. I need to cast a silent spell just around me, Professor. Something.
Yes.
But we're in.
And as that thud kind of echoes through the building, you hear what sounds like movement from inside.
Okay, let's go in, but quietly, carefully, and quietly.
All right. So you guys going to open that door?
Yeah.
Yep. Or it
Yeah.
looks back. It
Okay.
looks back for the nods. Yep. Okay, let's go.
So as the door, as you open the door, the dim moonlight that illuminates the courtyard shines through that doorway. Inside, it's pretty dark. In fact, there's 2 black dice for rolls that you make while that involve vision while you're inside. But there is enough light shining through that door to gleam off of the huge eyes of something inside. So once again, we're going to roll initiative. In this case, I think it is vigilance. Oh no, you heard movement inside. Oh boy, I got to make a call. I think it's got to be cool. You're expecting trouble.
Alrighty. Oh, Professor, we tied.
Mhm.
Twinsies.
Okay, so what you see is a fish man.
Gross.
His spots cover his orangey skin, and a fan of fins sticks up over his back. In one hand, he's holding a hatchet, which appears to be covered with some kind of lichen or growth. And in the other, he has a net. As he kind of takes a step forward into the moonlight, you see that behind him are 2 others. And the space that you're in, because it's so dark, it's difficult to really make out any details, but it does seem quite large. The sound of the door opening kind of echoes around inside. But we have 2 PC slots first. So who would like to go?
I'd like to use an incidental, if I may. Well, first am I cool to go first? Does anybody else have
Go to town, yeah.
anything they strongly reason to go
go
first? Okay. I'd like to use an incidental to say stand in the door, so we don't go into the room, because that just gives them free hits on us. Like, being surrounded is no good. So let's try to meet them in the door if we have to. And then again, Killick is going to. Sorry, you said what? How far are they from us?
I didn't say. They are. Let's see. They would be at short range.
All right. Once again, I'm just going to start blasting. And
so because they are illuminated a little bit, it's only 1 black die on this check, unless you have dark vision.
I have dark vision. Not to be that guy, but
I have dark vision.
I also have dark vision, so we're both that guy.
Yep. only the professor is flying semi-blind.
Professor is not that guy.
So 2 purple. Am I upgrading?
Let's see. He doesn't have any ranks of adversary, but I think I'm going to spend. Yeah, I'm going to spend it. Well, no, I did that to you last time. I'm not going to upgrade your check this time.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna roll that beautiful bean footage and come out with only 2 successes. Okay. But because of the empowered spell, that is 10 damage plus my successes, so 12. Unless it happens to be infernal, in which case
It is not infernal.
Okay. So 12, and I don't have side results to narrate, so I'm going to remain like kind of centered in the door and like a step back from it to give the other characters room to also contribute. And I'm going to take a defensive stance as a maneuver.
Nice. Okay, so you're in the doorway, but you're a bit back, giving them room to kind of maneuver around you.
Mm-hmm.
I think if someone else were to get into the doorway, they would have a clear shot, but a third person would get an extra black die, a setback from trying to angle a shot past the other 2 people.
Okay.
So again, this is that sort of that ethereal fire that shoots out from your hands or from your holy symbol.
Yep, same business as before. Brandishing the holy symbol in one hand, my mace in the other, and I'm summoning the righteous flames of Kelos from the and they burst forth from the holy icon in my hand.
So as it rushes forward, I think it briefly illuminates the room beyond, and you can see that it's a 2-story space, like a foyer for this office building. And in that brief moment, you can see along one side is a reception counter of sorts. There's couches. There's statuary.
I don't know why, but in my head, I'm picturing like the aesthetic of like Luigi's Mansion, Haunted Mansion. You know what I mean? Like that's just what I'm picturing in my head for some reason.
There are some nice paintings on the wall and a kind of a large tapestry which covers the wall behind the sort of reception counter area, depicting some kind of battle. That's all you can really see in the moment that your magic illuminates the room. But that ethereal fire coalesces around one of these guys, and again, kind of like melts the flesh from his body. The fish bones poke through his rib cages and around the gill slits, and he collapses onto the floor. Some of that ethereal fire cascades around another one. You can see him tense up and hold his body tight as it rushes across him, hurting him as well. But there are 2 still standing. They're sort of like emotionless fish eyes now focused on Killick. Who would like to go next?
Professor, is it okay if I go next?
Sure, go for it.
All right, I will move past Killick into the room to give the professor some space. So that's my move, and then I'll take a shot at the wounded fish guy. I'll use my quick strike for a blue die. Medium range still? I forgot what range we were at.
Oh no, they're short.
Short.
They're
Okay.
Short.
And so a blue die from quick strike, and I will spend 2 strain for another. Take 2 strain for another to take a aim, which is another blue die, right?
Okay.
Am I playing this right?
Yeah.
Sounds right to me.
All right. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Boom. Nice.
4 successes. Okay, so 4 successes, that's 12 damage altogether. That's exactly enough to take out the remaining 2 of these fish guys.
Oh.
Nice.
So you got off a whole volley. Nice.
Yeah, a couple of arrows just boom, boom, boom.
They just strike sensitive spots on these fish folk.
Yeah, I think maybe the flames are lighting it up, especially on the one guy, lighting up really well, and then so he was easy to take out because he was well lit, and then I think I'm going for their eyeballs.
Well, they are big and round, so easy targets.
It's a delicacy.
Okay, the last one falls, and we fall out of initiative.
Or it looks over at the professor and it's just like shrugs his shoulders. Mm.
Yes, I was going to do something. Yes, quiet. I thought you young whippersnappers could use some practice. So
I was just about to leap into action.
So as that second and third fish dudes fall to the ground, there, axes clattering onto the floor. You guys have a moment to catch your breath. So you can do a strain recovery roll, cool or discipline.
Whoa.
Nice. 2 successes, 2 advantage for Killick. So we've got Oren standing inside the room, Killick and Professor Potionsmith still at the doorway. Killick and Oren, you can see in your odd dark vision sight this room as I described it. And in fact, that tapestry, now that you have a moment to look at it, it is a sea battle. It's a battle between 2 fleets. And in the background is the city of Gendra's Harbor. But as to what the ships are and what the battle is, that's not immediately clear.
Would it make sense for one of us to maybe make a knowledge lore check?
Yeah, lore. Geography would also work, either of those two.
Geography, okay.
Very good at that.
I mean, I'm not great.
Well,
at
actually,
any of
let me walk that back a little. I think lore is a little more specifically to magic and magical creatures. So I think geography is more culture and such. Oh, the difficulty is average.
Can we all do that, or does one of us want to do that? How do
If one person wanted to lead it, and the other 2 could add boost dice.
Yep. I have 2 green, so probably not me.
I have 4 green.
Go for it, buddy.
Okay.
We will support you in your remembering of.
Remember.
If you guys remember what it was like at bars before smartphones were a thing, that's basically what this conversation is like.
I know. I love these kinds of roles because it's always like I imagine like an hour of us just standing there arguing about this and that, and
No.
it's just one.
Nah, man, you're a fucking idiot.
That is not what happened.
Yeah. All right. So do I get a boost dice, or what's the deal here?
Yeah, a boost. Well, so here's one issue because you're the only one that can't see. Right?
Oh yeah.
Maybe we're helping him by describing it.
Oh, you want to describe?
I could just use utility to cast a small light
Oh,
spell
that's true.
to help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it won't like actually remove darkness, I think is how that works, but like narratively it can help us
Yeah,
out.
I think in this case you're not using it for anything but to examine the tapestries.
Yeah.
Okay. So boost dice, and then what's the difficulty?
It is an average difficulty.
Very cool.
Nice. So 1 success and 1 threat. The tapestry, as I said, it's a sea battle, and it is between the ships of the Lorimer Empire, which is, you can kind of imagine like a Greek or Minoan style civilization that kind of occupies several islands in the end of a peninsula to the west of Terrinoth, the lands you guys are from. So it's a battle between that fleet and fleet of the Dragon Lord with Kala the Unseen. And back during the Dragon Wars, she came to this city and took it over and enslaved the people here. And then her hybrid dragons that she created were these green-scaled dragon folk. And that is who are the crew of her fleet, of her ships, called the Greenscale Fleet. And so this depicts the final battle between the forces of Lorimor, who came to free the city, and the Greenscale Fleet. And in the background, you can see the Coral Keep, which kind of stands over Gendra's Harbor even today. So you know that this is a very expensive tapestry. But unfortunately, you're standing so close to it, the magic kind of sets it on fire a little.
Oh no.
You have to like bat it out with your hand. That's the threat there. So just 1 strain as you come to grips with the fact that you've damaged a priceless heirloom.
Told that. I tell them all that like real pompous, and like we're like, of course, like that's we all know.
I'll point out that 1 success did come from that blue die, which is maybe me and Killick actually contributing some of the knowledge to
helping to fill the gaps.
No.
Oren probably just knows that it's expensive. That's the only thing he actually knows.
So in addition to this tapestry, there are several paintings. There's statuary, and they all look pretty unique. Like nice works of art that would be worth quite a bit of money.
Well, I don't want to spend, like, we still don't know what else might be here. Like, sneaking up on us with more axes and nets and whatnot. So maybe if there's some crates we could use or boxes around. Maybe I could spend a story point to say that there's some boxes to conveniently stuff this thing.
That's good.
Stuff these things into and like stack things up, and so that they could be handy for us to grab on our way out if we happen to be leaving quickly.
Yeah, stack some of the lighter paintings and the smaller statues, like where it can easily be grabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you need to spend a story point for that.
Oh, okay.
You're spending like 10 minutes or so. The stuff that would be easy enough to carry out is well positioned, so you can do it.
Okay, cool.
And I mean, it's a quick estimate here, but if you can find the right buyer, there's definitely hundreds of silver worth of stuff here.
Excellent. We definitely spend the 10 minutes doing that, getting it organized.
Killick thinks of a few, certainly not the richest folks, but around, but of a few well-to-do, generous donors he's had over the years that might be interested in such things. If he can convince them, of course, that they were righteously acquired.
I mean, nobody's using it right now, so it's just going to be demolished tomorrow with the buildings, right?
Yeah, it's just going to be...
People be funny about that sort of thing, just saying.
So as you guys finish sort of stacking up the paintings in a way that you can easily grab them, you see that at the far side of the room, there's a passageway that leads off and a doorway. The doorway is barred, but not locked. It's barred from the outside.
So as to keep things in, like on the other side of the room?
It does seem that way, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. But it doesn't seem locked.
No.
That's the only exit from this room?
No, there's also a hallway that leads forward toward the back of the building.
Okay. So this is like a side room?
Yeah, and the doorway itself looks like a pretty nice and ornate door.
Okay. What do you guys think? You want to check out this ornate door, or we want to check out what's down that hallway first?
Let's do the hallway.
Sounds good.
All right, so as you move into the hallway, the smell of ocean water becomes really strong.
Let's do the ornate door.
You can see that the air. Well, you can tell that the air is quite thick. Like it feels very wet as you breathe it in, and the walls are covered in patches of algae that have grown grown between the crevices of the stone, and the floor is a little slick beneath your feet. The hallway leads forward. It's pretty dark in there, so the two dwarves are okay, but the professor is. I don't know if you got your hand on the Killick's shoulder or something. But...
Yeah. I'll use them.
Okay.
To guide me.
But yeah, back toward the end of the hallway, it's like almost complete darkness back there. As you near the end, there's a stairwell to your right that goes both up and down. And ahead of you is a closed doorway. And, thinking about the way the buildings were on the outside, you're pretty sure that this doorway is going to lead into the warehouse.
Okay.
So staircase and a doorway that leads to the warehouse. Staircase goes up and down within this building.
Staircase up might be, well, it was 4 stories. Is it a 4-story building, you said?
It's a 4-story building, and you guys are on the ground floor.
Okay. You were going to ask something, Killick?
I was, and now I forgot what it was.
If we look down the stairs.
So if we look down, can we tell, do the stairs only go down one flight, or is there perhaps like multiple basements?
Yeah, so Killick and Oren are able to, with their dark vision, see that the staircase goes down and around a corner. You want to creep down a little bit more?
I think it makes sense. We're closer to the bottom. I think it makes sense to clear the bottom first. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, at the bottom of the staircase, there's a doorway. So there only appears to be one level below this. And the smell of seawater is very intense now. And through the door, you can ever so faintly hear the sloshing of water against stone.
Felix probably wonders to himself, like, maybe is this some kind of like smuggler's entrance, or like what's the deal here? Discussing amongst ourselves, like, does anybody know why we might hear the ocean behind that door?
We could fear the ocean?
No, why we would hear
it.
why are we able to hear waves and
Is
stuff?
there some type of beast behind that door?
I think this, could be a smuggler's entrance, but given there's all these other beasts, who knows?
Yeah, we could be opening something we don't want to. We could be opening the door on something we don't want to see.
Is there? Can we try perception rolls,
Yeah,
Ryle, or to hear, or
absolutely. Yeah. An average perception check. Do you guys want to combine into one?
Sure.
Might be the best way to do it.
Yeah.
So whoever's got the best, and then you can actually get a blue die from both other characters since you're all listening.
I got 2 green for that.
3 green.
I have 3. Yeah.
Yeah, Professor.
And it'd just be an average check.
I'm the same. I said 3 green.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And average.
Woo!
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. So 6 successes. All right. So putting your ear to the door, you hear the unmistakable sound of water, a wave-like sound of water rising and falling and slapping against rock. You also hear the bump of wood, an unmistakable sound of a boat kind of bumping against a dock, along with the rise and fall of the wave inside.
Mm.
Those are the only sounds that come through this door. But above you, you can hear the slap of scaly feet against stone. Now, something is up there moving down that hallway toward the top of the staircase.
Ooh.
With those 3 threat, I'm going to just hit each of you with 1 strain as, you're kind of boxed in down here at the bottom of the staircase and you hear that something's up there.
We all look at each other.
Yeah.
Are we fighting or fleeing here?
I don't want to flee sight unseen.
Wait till it gets to the top of the stairs and
we can see.
just blast it?
Yeah.
Might as well. It's working for us so far. All reliable.
Okay. Well, let's roll initiative. And in this case, you guys, it's cool. You're expecting it.
So cool.
So cool.
Ooh, Orin got a triumph.
Nice. So with the triumph on an initiative check, what I generally do is if you'd like to take a maneuver before initiative begins, essentially.
Can I maneuver for an aim?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Take aim at the staircase above.
Yeah. Yep.
And so what kind of prompts the beginning of the structured encounter is 3 of those eel dogs come weaving their way around the corner at the top of the staircase. And the 2 dwarves with their dark vision can see the pale moonlight that's still kind of ever so slightly illuminating that hallway. There's something else up there. There's a shadow being cast by something bigger than these eel dogs.
Snap. All right, let's get them.
Okay. Well, once again, this group of adventurers, they're on top of their game because they all get to go first. So at the top of this staircase, you guys are down the staircase around a slight bend, but there's not a lot of room there at the bottom. So all 3 of you can kind of see up the staircase at these 3 eel dogs. The professor has in a bit of a rough spot because, it's very dark in here. So you'll have 2 black dice, 2 setbacks on any attack.
Okay.
But who would like to go first?
I think Orin, since you're aiming, you're ready,
Oh, sure.
super ready, since you got that triumph. Do you think it makes more sense for you to go first?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, narratively, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. And I'll quick strike. I can just do that, right? In every encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
That's right. As long as you're acting before whoever you're targeting.
So I got a blue from aim, blue from quick strike. Take out these eel. Did you have a range? I can't.
Oh, they're short.
Short.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
3 successes, 3 advantage.
Excellent. So
Okay, 11 damage. They have a soak of 3, so 8 gets through. That alone will take out 1 of them. But I see you have 3 advantage there, and the critical for this weapon is 3.
oh, poof. Sure. Let's take another one out with a crit. Right? That's how that works. Or
Yep. It can eliminate another minion from the group. So 2 of the eel dogs fall. Let's see. Yeah, you get 3 advantage. So they collapse onto the staircase and slide down, piling against the wall at that little bend in the staircase.
All right, over to you guys.
PC slot, who's going next?
I suppose I will. Same as before. Going to cast my fully empowered signature spell. And that's, you said short range, right?
Yes.
Okay. And as he whispers his prayer to cast this spell again, I'm also taking maneuver to kind of stand in the corner of the bottom, like the bottom of the stairs, that gives me like the most visibility on the like where the stairs like switch back, or like where the stairs come down.
So you're kind of aiming, or
No, just so I can see as much of the hallway above, or as much, get as much
so
visibility
you're trying
as
to
I
maybe
can.
get a look at what else might be up there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Anywho, that's. I guess I need to roll those dice.
Nice.
Alrighty, so that's 12 damage in all.
4 successes, 1 advantage. That's a great roll. All right, well, that is definitely enough to take out this third eel dog. So once again, your ethereal flames shoot up the staircase and coalesce around this creature, dissolving its skin, murderizing the poor thing. And as it falls to the staircase with a wet plop, the glow from your magic and from the position that you're in now, you get a good look at the other thing that's up there. And it seems to have once again been a person that has been perverted by whatever magics are mutating everyone here.
Oh boy.
And it is a octopus-looking creature. Anything else for your round?
Killick might, whisper something to himself at this new aberration or whatever that showed up. Like, what in the holy hells? But he takes no further action.
Okay. Well, Professor, the only PC left to go, Professor Potionsmith.
Okay, so I can't see anything, so I'm going to summon my skunks to get some meat between me and the thing.
Your skunks that smell of blueberries, is that right?
Yes, let's smell the blueberries.
BRB, Googling blueberry skunk.
What profile were you thinking to use for this?
I guess a fairly. I was thinking like badger size,
Yeah.
like not like regular skunk, but like not crazy, but like a little bit bigger.
Kind of like a
skunks.
dire skunk or whatever.
Yeah, like a dire skunk.
That makes sense. So this is a minion?
Yeah.
Okay. So to summon a minion, that's 1 difficulty.
Okay.
And then if you want to summon ally so that they're your friend,
Yep.
that makes it 2.
Okay.
And then if you want to do additional summon,
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to include that in your because with summoning minions, that would help to summon like a whole group.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So that would be 3 purple, reduced by 1 because
My signature.
exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh no! 1 failure, 4 advantage.
Whoa, that is a pile of advantages.
Your magic begins to coalesce into the form of these dire skunks, but unfortunately it fizzles at just the last moment. Something the professor is quite used to, I think.
Yes, of course.
Never happens to me, I swear.
Yeah, no. One time
But you do have 4 advantage.
Okay. Maybe when I try to make the summon, there's like some magical light that emits from my hands. So maybe it lights up the room to give like a better view for everybody
Oh yeah,
for their next attacks.
absolutely.
I guess I have dark vision, but
Well, but it could, maybe some of the like overflow from your magic clings to this other adversary.
yeah.
So with 4 advantage, you could, with 1 advantage, pass a boost on to the next person to act, which, might kind of narratively be described by what you're describing. And then you have 3 left, which, as I said earlier, my house rule is 3 advantage can be used to upgrade another player's check.
Sure, yeah, I'll do that with the next check for the player.
Cool.
Whoever goes next.
All right. Well, next is this this creature. Finally, one of them gets to go. So this, what perhaps once was a man, but now is mostly octopus, moves fully to the top of the staircase, and it wriggles its arms, pointing down, and clacks open its beak and emits kind of like a hiss. So who is right in front there?
Guess that would probably be me since I moved to have the most visibility.
Okay. All right. So as it whips its arms around, you can see magic begin to surround this creature and like whip into the form of sort of extended tentacles that shoot forward from its body.
Don't like that.
And they come down the staircase and try to wrap around you, Killick. So short range attack, adding ensnare, and then Fey Imbued adds +2 to attack spells and adds the manipulative effect without increasing the difficulty. Do you want to spend any story points? Okay.
Nah.
Oh, 1 failure and 4 advantages. So it's going to use 3 of those to upgrade your next check, Killick. So these tendrils come kind of rolling down the staircase and wrap around your body, but they aren't able to tie you down or hold you or pull you or damage your body, but they do cause enough. They do wrap around you enough.
Okay. I'm not immobilized, but it upgrades the difficulty of my next check. Got it.
Correct. And then with that one other advantage, I'll pass a black die onto the next PC to act. Oh, no, that's not enough. One advantage isn't enough to do that. Pass a blue die to itself. And we're back around to the top of the round. As we do go around to the top, from that hallway, like up toward the entrance to the building, you can hear what sounds like someone pounding on a door.
You said at the entrance to the hallway?
Yes, back where that door was barred.
The fancy door?
The fancy door.
Oh, okay.
So which PC would like to go first this round?
Killick, do you want to?
Yeah, I might as well get this pass die out of the way. But my check's ability is also upgraded because of the professor's his light tendrils or whatever it was. All right, so I'll do that. I'll spend my strain. I'll roll my dice.
I think the professor also passed a boost on as well.
Oh yeah, I did.
Well, I'll roll that boost then. 3 success, flat. So 11 damage from my holy fire leaping forth. I'm trying to think if I want to do anything with a maneuver. No, I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. So 11 damage. It has a soak of 3. Your ethereal flames coalesce around it and rip into it.
Or I'm sorry, I am going to take a defensive guarded stance or whatever it is to add a setback to the next attack that targets me.
Awesome. But this creature is much sturdier than any of the ones you've faced before, so it still stands. Another PC slot.
I'll go. I'll try to summon these skunks again because I still can't see anything.
Yeah, you still have the 2 black dice.
Trying for these skunks. All right, finally.
Nice. Do you have the expanded player's guide by chance?
I do. What's it?
On page 88, the wolf minion.
Okay.
That might work for this.
You did additional summon, right? 2 of them?
I did.
So with 3 successes and 1 threat, so your spell succeeds, you summon, with additional summon, you automatically summon 2 minions or 2 creatures.
Awesome.
So 2 appear. So they appear engaged to you, but they're friendly, so they're not going to come after you. That 1 threat, sort of the power, you get a bit of a backlash, like rolling up your tendrily vine arm. So you can choose whether you take 2 more strain or 1 wound.
I'll take a wound.
Okay. So you've got 2 dire skunks that smell like blueberries.
Which is great with the salt water. I'm sure that's a very interesting smell. And then, I guess I'll can I also defend?
So take cover, basically?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So for a maneuver, that'll add a setback die on anything that attacks you.
Okay, great.
But now your skunks can act.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I guess I'll have them go up and bite, or try to at least.
Cool. So using the wolf profile,
Yeah.
they So it's like a brawn of 2, and they would have brawl as a group skill. So since there's 2 of them, it would upgrade once. So one yellow, 1 green.
Okay.
And then a melee attack is 2 difficulty. And then this creature has 1 defense, so 1 setback, and it has adversary 1, so 1 upgrade to the difficulty.
Okay.
That's a miss. And 2 threats there. So they're so quick to scramble up these steps. And you know what? It's so strange that they've got 2 brawn and 3 agility. It feels like those should be switched, or that it should have, what is it? Precise, not precise. What's the one which lets you use
Finesse.
Finesse, right? Yeah, I think these things would have finesse. So why don't you roll 1 more green die? Okay. So in the end, 0 successes and 1 threat. So they're in such a hurry to scramble up the staircase and defend their very good friend, Professor Potionsmith. They stumble over the body of that other eel dog, and they're not able to sink their pointy little teeth into this guy. And the 1 threat will just have them take 1 wound in the process of trying to get up there.
Okay.
All right, Orin is the last to go.
Orin is, he's just firing with the arrow. Bow and arrow, longbow, short range. Take an aim with a maneuver. I'll spend a couple strain for another aim. Double aim. Straight up sharpshooting. Here we go again. Nice.
Nice. 4 successes, 1 advantage. Wow. Okay, so 12 points of damage. This guy has a soak of 3. That is going to do him in.
There we go.
Your arrow strikes true and drops this octopus boy. It collapses into a pile of tentacles and deflated skin.
Anything magical or anything, or could that advantage be used to learn anything, a little bit of extra about the creatures, or?
Yeah. So you've already learned that these things are mutated by the power of the Anlong, by sort of like raw elemental energy. And once before you encountered a creature, you managed to hide at the last moment. So you didn't have to face it, which was fortunate because the creature was clearly quite powerful. And that was a Fae.
Oh, right.
This creature has been mutated by contact with a Fae. And Fae in the Runebound setting are not just like fairies in the woods. They're like something completely alien and, almost unknowable to normal people.
Like Cthulhu levels of alien?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like bizarre and otherworldly. All right. And as this creature falls into a pile of tentacles on the floor, you hear, again, a banging on the door from down the hallway. But again, in the silence, the lapping of the waves is quite distinct through the doorway behind you. The adventurers find themselves crammed at the bottom of a staircase, the bodies of their enemies above and around them, a mysterious pounding on that ornate barred door at the other end of the hallway, and behind them, a door to what they're pretty sure is a smuggler's entrance to this building.
I don't want that thing coming up behind us when we're busy with something else, whatever it is. What do you say we go find out what that is and deal with it proactively?
Sounds good to me. I'm feeling pretty confident.
Yeah.
You guys have made short work of everything you've encountered here.
I'd go with before the fall. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
We go up the stairs, back down the hallway, and we go to the door where the banging's coming from, the big fancy ornate door.
Okay. So lifting the bar off the door, the pounding kind of stops as whatever's inside hears you guys opening the door. Any special approach you want to take to opening it?
Do I still have my skunks? Could I send one of the skunks in first?
Yeah, if you want to maintain concentration. Yeah, we actually didn't do a strain recovery roll at the end of the last encounter. So yeah, I think if you are cool with riding through that, then yeah, you can keep them there.
Sure, yeah, I'll do that.
All right, so you throw the door wide and the skunks go charging in and barrel into a slight frame, a person inside who lets out a yelp. Ah, no, what's this? Ah, the skunks. Oh, wait, well, they don't smell so bad, actually.
Oh, shit. Alter?
What? Yes, I'm Alter. Oh, hello. Oh, please tell me you've got something to drink. Oh, they give me a seawater.
Seawater. Jesus,
That's
man.
disgusting.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Can you walk?
Yeah, I can walk. I'm not good though. I'm not okay.
Okay. We're looking around the room with like around him. Like what else is in the
Okay.
in
Yeah.
the
So
room?
this is an ornate meeting room. And so inside you can see a bit of a conference table, but a marble top, and the chairs around it are very well, like ornately carved.
Mm.
Along one wall, there's samples, it appears, of like fabrics and nice furnitures and woodwork, as well as a staff that's displayed rather prominently. Yeah, that pretty much describes the room. Like a really nice sort of a meeting room to show potential customers the goods.
All right. I'm gonna like grab his elbow. I don't like help him up and like hurry him out the room while asking him, "Well, how'd you come to get locked in here, man?"
Oh, it was set upon by those monsters. They dragged us all apart. They overwhelmed us quickly. My friends, I don't know where they are, but they're gone now. And they threw me in here. And then the one came to see me. And as he's saying that, you grabbing his elbow. He doesn't have an elbow. His arm it bends in a weird way when you take it.
Jesus.
And looking down at the end of his sleeve, you can see the tip of a tentacle.
Oh boy.
I feel you, man. And I pat him on the back.
Oh God, she saw you too.
Oh no.
Wait, that's not the fish tentacle. It's like a plant tentacle.
Yes.
Well, look, guys, do you have some water? I'm dying of thirst here, man. I gotta get some water in me.
I feel like one of us has to have some water.
Yeah, I'm sure you've got a drinking skin.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. He takes it and tips it to his lips and then immediately spits it out. Oh, that's awful. Oh, it hurts my throat. What was that?
Water.
Water? Like fresh water?
What's going on with you, Oter?
Oh, no. He sits down in one of the chairs. Oh, no. He holds up his tentacled hand and stares at it.
He's changing.
Yeah, I'm changing. But into what?
Maybe one of those eel dogs. No, probably not, because they didn't have tentacles. There was that octopus person we saw.
Oh, I don't want to be an octopus person.
Philip looks at Oren like, what the hell, man?
Do one of you have magic? Maybe you could heal me. Please, you could make me better.
Oh, we will certainly try.
We have healing potions from your brother.
My brother, you did my brother send you?
Yeah, we got information from your brother about this place, and he said you'd been here, and we promised we'd help you out if we could, or at least try to get him word of what happened to you.
He's after his money. Well, you can go back and tell him I am a monster.
Just part monster.
Yeah, but it's the good part. That's my favorite. And
I'm going to cast heal on him. I'm gonna cast heal on him, and like, there's no like anti-monster heal.
Yeah,
effect,
let's look at let's look at the heal spell here.
Yeah, maybe restoration. The restoration effect will do something.
I think or heal critical. Yeah, both of those are just one.
Or heal critical. Yeah. I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna do it with 3 purples and do the heal critical with the intent of, like, obviously I have no idea whether this is a critical hit, but I'm just trying to end this curse or whatever it is. Yeah, like I'm just trying to channel divine energy to help ? So yeah, I'm gonna do that with a divine and 3 purple. Are we upgrading this at all?
No, I am going to hold on to those story.
God damn it. All them dice.
Thank you. I can feel the power flowing into me. Wait. Nothing changed. Oh, come on, man. You can't help me. No one can help me.
How now?
Did I try like a dispel?
Oh yeah, hit it with that dispel.
Okay.
So with Killick's spell, he got an advantage there.
Yeah, can we cast that like just some good vibes, positive energy boost?
Yeah, like a magical resonance. Add a boost die.
What's the difficulty?
Well, I think dispel is 3 purple.
Default for dispel is hard. Yeah, 3 purple.
Woohoo!
So describe what this looks like as you remove this curse from his body.
Yeah, so like magic will come from my human hand, not my twig hands. Like a pink like mist will sprout from my fingers and like swirl around him, and eventually dispel. Like it'll like the mist will subside, and hopefully his.
Leave his rat-like paw. Yeah, exactly. As you described, it kind of the magical energy like gathers and coalesces, and then as it pulls away from his body and dissipates, it leaves him looking like a normal rat folk. Oh, Zutalor, you've done it! Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I don't know how to thank you.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I tell you, my brother, he'll give you amazing deals. Oh, this is wonderful.
Yes, trivial magic there.
Thank you so much.
No match for Professor Potions.
Well, look. And he reaches forward and grabs your coat. Look, you have to be careful. She will come. And if you let her get too close to you, what happened to me could happen to you.
She?
Who is she? Where did she come from?
From there, from down there, from below. I can hear the lapping of the waves in my brain in her hypnotic eyes.
All right, then. Hey, have you seen an orb in here?
Well, to be honest, that's why we were here. We were hired by this group of dudes, the Lullwaters.
Yeah.
They hired my team and I to come and get a pearlescent orb.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. You feeling squirrely? You think you can roll with us?
Really, I would prefer to go, if you don't mind. I just kind of want to get out of here.
I mean, I'm not going to twist your arm.
Ah, that's a good one, because my arm was just like a tentacle.
I didn't even intend to do that.
Now that I'm not becoming a monster, everything kind of, it's like it's a brand new day for me.
Right. Well, is there anything else you can tell us about this place?
Well, I can say the orb is not upstairs.
Like you guys cleared out all of the upstairs?
Well, we snuck upstairs. We managed to climb up to the roof and get in through the top. There's an office there. There's lots of nice things, but no orb. Oh, I did find this. I don't know why they left it with me. And he holds out a little medallion. Oh, a warding talisman. So when you affix it to your cloak or shirt, it'll increase your defense by 1, both melee and ranged. There's a lot of other cool stuff upstairs, but this is all I was able to take before they got us. There, you can have it. It's my gift to you.
Well, Professor, you healed him. Do you want this?
Yes. Best trusted with someone of magical inclement. He's
sure.
definitely going to sell it. Definitely.
That debt monkey on my back.
All right, boys. Well, you'll be careful. Maybe I'll see you later if you make it out.
Yeah, we'll make sure Gridden knows you're safe.
Yeah, I'll find him. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
It would have been really funny if he said, "Oh, don't you worry, I'll find him. That bastard owes me money." They both think.
That's the joke. That's the better joke.
Alrighty. Well, I probably point out where the rope is, like that we used to get in.
Thanks. Oh boy, you guys are great. Thank you so much.
Glad we could help.
Whatever you do, don't let her turn you into a monster like she tried to do to me.
No, we won't do that. Take care of yourself. You owe us one.
Okay, goodbye, guys. Well, I kind of feel like I paid you with that thing there.
Well,
the warding talisman. I feel like it was a tit for tat, a back and forth.
Well, I mean, the professor has that. I don't have anything.
Yeah, but you guys are like together. You're like a group.
Get out of here.
I really gotta go. It's getting late.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
It's getting late. I've been gone a week. My wife's
See you later. Try to figure out if my accent was Russian or French. Bye. Okay. So with his exit.
Well, we can choose to trust or not the fact that they did a good job searching the upstairs, but the fates will... My gut is telling me that the fates are going to require us to go down to that door that opens onto the sea to get what we came for. What do you guys think?
I think we should... I like the idea of just taking a little boo upstairs, see what... maybe there's some more of those kind of defensive things or extra, snazzy maybe items that'll help us, protect ourselves. Just a quick run through, maybe.
Sure. I suppose it can't hurt.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm totally okay with going down, but.
Why don't we do this? Why don't you each roll a perception check to search the building, or if there's a skill that you find you'd rather use, and then based on that, I'll kind of describe what you find.
Could I use vigilance to stay alert for valuable or interesting
Yes.
items?
Oh, and the difficulty just average. Okay. Poor Orin.
Maybe we
Oh, you want to
pool-
put them all together? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
don't
that
know.
works.
We still have to probably confront an eldritch horror, and I want to be sure everyone's going to have each other's backs. This is purely self-serving generosity, you see.
Okay, so the loot that you recover, well, on the third floor, which is a sort of dormitory, you find several folks going through these transformations.
Oh.
Unfortunately, all the ones you encounter are too far gone to be helped. They've already started to lose their minds. So you kind of leave them locked into the rooms that you find them in.
Oh, gods. The horror, the guilt.
So I skipped over the second story, which was a dining hall and kitchen. You can see that this area was heavily trafficked. So probably those creatures that you fought in the stairwell came down from here. And then the top floor, the fourth floor, is the office. And here you found a journal, Valathian's journal. And it tells the story of a relic hunter that found a pearlescent orb in a watery cavern on an uncharted island. The orb showed visions of the future and locations of treasures that Valathian's research alone could not uncover. The relic hunter became rich and used their fortune to purchase trading ships and these very buildings, collecting ever more rare and exotic items to sell to the wealthy citizens of Gindra's Harbor. The journal's last page is an entry that marks the return of a trading ship unusually early in the pre-dawn morning. That's where the journal ends. Also up here, you find a runic flame sigil, which can be attached to a weapon and gives it the burn 1 quality. It requires 1 hard point. You also find an idol of a salamander. Once per session, can be used to automatically conjure a salamander, which is on page 196 of the Realms of Terrinoth book. Automatically has the summon ally additional effect, but otherwise follows the rules of the conjure magic action. So you would need to concentrate to keep it in play.
Okay.
So that's all that's in this building.
Hey, Professor, I'll trade you this summon statue thing for your little medallion.
Yes.
You like summoning creatures, right?
Yes. He's clearly wanting the salamander statue, but he's trying to pretend to be all cool. Yes. Maybe if you throw in 5 silver.
5. Sure, why not?
You didn't have to. But okay.
No, it's just such a ludicrously small amount that I'm sure.
So he swaps. He covers it up and is very protective of it.
And then that runic flame sigil could probably be attached to the bow. I think it has a hard point.
Yep, that could work.
Longbow has 2 hard points.
Nice. So it gives it the burn 1.
Because you don't do enough damage with your bow.
No. The DPS is weak.
So you guys once again find yourself at the top of that staircase leading down to whatever's below.
Well, the orb must be down there. Do we have a game plan, or are we just going to open up and see what's inside?
Oh, we didn't get a strain recovery
That's
roll
true.
after helping out. What's his name?
Let's do one now. Nice.
Ooh, that's good. Nice.
All right, so how are you guys going to open this door? You're going to use the handle? You're going to kick it in? You can all try to go through at the same time like the Three Stooges?
I feel like these 3 would stand back and try to blast it open with some magic or something.
Yeah.
From short range, medium range.
Before we do, I think Killick is going to offer up a prayer and cast the predict spell
Nice.
Oh, cool.
and try to see if we go through this door. Like, do we find the orb?
Okay,
Mm,
good question.
cool.
And so that's an average divine check.
Nice.
3 success, 1
All
threat.
right, so with threat, I'll offer the same choice: 2 strain or 1 wound.
I'll take a wound.
And what form do we see? Like, how do we narratively see this spell being cast?
So as Killer concentrates and prays, I would say that like there's just like wispy tendrils of like barely visible light that kind of swirl around his head for a second as the spell completes, and he gets his hopefully gets his answer.
His vision.
Hopefully gets a useful answer.
Yes. So, as communing with the forces of magic that surround us all here, you get a vision of this pearlescent orb, and indeed, it is there beyond this doorway. Like, you have found where it is. But
Okay.
as your mind focuses on that orb, there is like this presence, this bizarre otherworldly presence,
Mhm.
which slips into your mind along with that vision. And a little trickle of blood runs down from your ear as your brain attempts to make sense of what you're seeing, but cannot.
Mm. Mm. Okay. So Killick says, whatever is the orb is in there, but the thing that has the orb, it is quite powerful. My vision did not show me anything about what to expect regarding its capabilities or its appearance, so we must be wary.
And with that, a flaming arrow shoots past you into the door, shattering the wood and blowing it inward. The flaming pieces of door clatter down the steps ahead of you as a staircase leads down to a wooden dock. There's a John boat tied to the dock, and as the water rises and lowers with the wave that's coming into this cavern, that boat claps against the dock with a hollow thud. Past the dock and the boat, there is an island in the middle of a pool of seawater. Spread across that island are silver pieces, gems, items of precious metal. And right there at the center of this pile of treasure is a pearlescent orb nestled amongst the coins.
No sign of her.
Not yet.
Mm.
Do I still have my skunks?
I think at this point they have,
Dissipate. Okay.
yeah, since we did the strain recovery and everything.
Oh, right.
All right, I guess we just slowly, carefully
Get in the John boat.
I say we have a look-see around before leaving land.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you reach the bottom of the stairs and walk out onto this dock. Down here from this angle, you can see that there's a mouth to this cavern, and you can see the bottom of the pier through that opening. From where you are now, it's just short range to this island of treasure across the lapping seawater.
Professor, could you just sort of levitate that opalescent thing about over to us?
Can you?
Yes, can I?
I'm in a bird or something?
Oh yeah, conjure like a little creature to grab it.
Sure. I'll conjure a skunk with wings, like just like a regular skunk.
Winged.
A winged
But with
skunk.
wings.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. So yes, I think that would be a 2 difficulty conjure,
Okay.
which is what, medium summon, because it allows you to summon like a rival, basically.
Okay.
And then you'll want to add summon ally, so it'd be
Yeah.
3 altogether.
Right. 1 success and 1 triumph.
Nice. Oh man.
That's awesome. That's
Okay. All right. So success means that you conjure this creature. It's engaged with you, so it's right there next to you. But it can immediately use its maneuver to fly over to that little island and then grab a hold of this orb. I think picking it up and rising is probably a second maneuver.
Okay.
So that'll be the extent of what it's able to do at the moment. But you did get that triumph.
You can use, I think it's 3 advantage to gain an immediate second maneuver as long as you're not exceeding your limit of 2 maneuvers. So if it needs to take a second maneuver to take off with it, you could use a triumph on that.
Right, so it wouldn't need to downgrade its action into a maneuver, because it would get that second maneuver for free. So it'd fly over to the island, pick up and take off with the thing as the second maneuver. But now, if you want to use the triumph that way, it could also take an action. You want it to try and throw it?
No, I think I'd rather have it like come, like straight to me.
It's gonna head back to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it would take 3 maneuvers to get to the island, pick it up, and then come back.
Okay.
So I think we'll want to find another use for the triumph because it can't take more than 2 maneuvers in a round.
Yeah. Can it like really like hold on to it? So if it like gets whacked or something, like if it's whacked out of the air, it'll like still hold on to it.
It's got a super firm grip on that thing.
Yeah, let's do that.
This smooth orb.
It's like it's got it pulled in real tight to its belly, and all 4 paws are wrapped around it.
Tail too is
Actually got like a marsupial pouch. It's actually put the thing in the pouch.
Oh yeah, I use the triumph to have it summoned with a pouch.
Yeah.
I like it. What a bizarre creature you've created. A skunk that smells like blueberries with wings and a marsupial pouch. All right. Well, so as that happens, as the orb is grabbed and the skunk flaps its little wings and takes off from the island, there is a shift on the island. The coins start to rattle and pour to one side as the whole island lifts itself out of the water. And at the same time, there's a shape that cuts through this pool of seawater, leaving a current of white water behind it. And it appears that something is about to erupt from the water. So let's roll initiative.
Are all those coins just falling into the ocean?
They are. Well, yeah, they're falling off the edge of this island into the water. So you guys I think you're going to do vigilance because you weren't aware of any creatures here.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so it's going to be a PC slot first because that's the way it is going tonight.
This is going to be interesting.
Whatever that thing is in the water, you haven't got a clear look at it yet. You do see that it has sort of like glowing spots on it. And then what you thought was an island, as it continues to shift and turn, you realize it's the back of a giant crab-like creature. But you didn't fall for its evil plan.
Well, let's congratulate ourselves for that.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
We avoided a really cool. We avoided a really cool scene where we go flying around with this crab.
With your flying skunk.
Yeah, skunk's pretty cool.
Okay, we have a PC slot first. Who would like to go?
Not me, I think, because I've got to control the skunk. So I couldn't cast like another spell, right, while I'm concentrating.
You can, yeah. Concentration just takes a maneuver. It can still take an action.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Well, now's not the time to set aside Old Reliable, I think. I don't have a good picture in my head of like what all I've really understood so far is the giant crab thing lifting up with the treasure on top of it. What is this other creature and where is it in relation to us?
So it's short range, under the surface of the water, darting toward you and kind of leaving a current of white water behind it as it approaches.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna try for the target that's presenting itself, I guess, and shoot the crab thing.
Cool.
And
Nice.
so that's 8, 6, 14, and it's 2 strain for a threat for a magic check, right?
It's actually up to you if that's the option that I use. But what I would like to do instead is, you guys have been casting a lot of magic spells, and the sort of like residue of magic is building up in both of your bodies, and as it builds up, it makes it a little more difficult to get spells out. So I was going to add a black die to any attempt to cast a spell until the end of your next turn.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and take the guarded stance maneuver, add a setback die to anything attacking me.
Awesome.
But that's it
So you
for
said
me.
it was 12 damage, right?
It is 14 damage.
Oh, 14. That's even better than 12. So 10, that's a lot of damage. It has a soak of 4, so 10 get through. So yeah, you're once again, your ethereal fire shoots forward, wraps around a piece of this creature's shell, and just burns it away. You can kind of see the pink flesh underneath. And it shudders as this happens, and gems and coins fall off its back into the water. So it's an NPC turn. And so this thing just got hit. I'm going to have it rise up out of the water. It's on these crab-like legs, and it has these huge mandible claw-like things sticking off the front of its body. And it's going to lunge forward and try to get Killick with those. So it's using a maneuver to bring itself to engage range with you. It is a silhouette 3 creature, so it increases its difficulty by 1 to hit you.
And it takes a
It
setback.
takes a step from your defense.
1 setback from my defense and another from my guarded stance.
Okay. And I am going to use a story point. As your ethereal fire damaged it, it drew its ire, and the remnants of the glow, it traces it right back to you, so it hones right in on you.
Ooh!
1 success, 1 advantage, 1 triumph.
A vicious 4.
And a vicious 4. But I think it's going to use, I think it's in its nature that it wants to grab you and hold you tight. So it's going to trigger ensnare with that triumph. So no maneuvers for 2 rounds unless you can break free. The advantage will pass a boost on to its lady. And so that's 9 damage. What is your soak?
9 damage. I don't remember what my soak is. Got it. 3. So plus 6 wounds. Ouch.
We have another PC slot next. Oh, and as it moved forward like that, it's huge form. Again, silhouette 3, so like it's as big as a wagon or bigger even. A wall of water like washes up over the dock and around your guys' feet before subsiding back into the pool beyond.
I'm happy to take this one, Professor.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. I would like, if nobody minds, I would like to spend 2 story points to use my heroic ability.
Go for it, buddy.
Mountain born. In my blood, I'm hard to kill. So I'll spend those 2. For this turn and the next, I gain 4 soak and add blue die to all my skill checks.
Nice.
Is that incidental?
Yes.
Okay, so you see Orin's like freaking out a little bit here with this thing. So he gets kind of a like a stone skin thing going on. But the way I'm envisioning it and what you see is instead of his skin turning into stone, there's actually, you can see like stones under his skin all over his body. So there's his skin, but then there's stones underneath it, like stone body underneath that. You can kind of, the skin, it kind of, and he bulges a bit, and then the skin goes a little translucent, so you can see that there's that rock kind of in him. Then he pulls out his bow and shoots.
So anyway, I started blessed. Awesome. That's really cool.
I'll kind of move out in front of, I don't know if I can be kind of put myself between the thing and the other, and Killick and the professor, but I'll do that too. So
Make yourself like a prominent target.
yeah,
Cool.
just to move myself. What was the range?
Well, you're now you're talking about the big crab creature.
Yeah, the crab creature.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's engaged with Killick. So you're at
Right.
short range to
Right.
it, but you could use your
If
maneuver
I shoot it,
after you attack.
right.
If your goal is to like get
Yeah.
into engaged with it to kind of draw its ire.
Yeah. I don't get strength or anything, so I don't know if I could help with the whole ensnaring thing. I feel like, yeah, okay, I'll shoot first and then see how that goes. And despair does risk hitting Killick, right?
Yes, yeah. If you don't have precise archery, a despair risks hitting it.
Yeah, I don't think I do.
Do it.
Okay, here we go. And I get a blue die from my heroic ability from my mountain born. I think that's it. All right, another hit. Nice.
So 11.
And then I'll move to be. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
No,
11.
you're good. Well, okay, so 11 damage, and it's got a soak of force.
Yep.
That's 7 more. Boy, that arrow really hit true. It has not taken the thing out, but as it reels away from that hit, and you can see that it's in a lot of pain.
Okay, I will move to engaged with it to see if I can help to go in and help Killick if he needs it.
Awesome.
And then that's my turn.
All right. So as you move forward between Killick and the giant crab creature, coins and gems are falling off and like slapping you on the shoulder and the top of your head, bouncing off the deck and into the water.
A small tear drops as I
So an NPC slot is next, and from the water erupts probably the most bizarre thing that any of you have seen. Some kind of, well, it's a fae, a sea fae, and it definitely resembles some sort of aquatic creature. But as your eyes fall on it, it's difficult to really have its form take shape. Like, you know you're seeing it, but your mind wants to slip away from it and not look at it directly. And in fact, the effect is so intense that all three of you need to make an out-of-turn hard cool check. It has an ability called Enrapture.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
So failure would mean that you lose your free maneuver for the duration of the encounter.
Damn it.
Oh, I got a triumph on that one.
Oh, Killick, you can't move anyway, so. All right, so Professor, you're stuck. You're dumbstruck, as is Killick, by the sight of this thing. Or I don't know if dumbstruck is the correct word, but you're frozen to the spot. One threat for Killick. Killick, we'll have you take 1 strain, and Professor 1 strain for you, and then I'll upgrade the difficulty of your next check with the other 3. And then Oren. So Oren did really well. 1 success, 2 threats, 1 triumph. The 2 threats will be strain.
Okay.
How would you like to use that triumph?
Oh, I would love to be able to. I think I'd love to be able to pass that thing on to the professor with it.
Yeah.
Like a upgrade, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a problem. So how are you upgrading his check?
Oh, what's Professor gonna do? I wonder.
It's a cool check. Maybe you're just so cool he's inspired by you.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's
Yeah, that's it.
that guy's so cool.
Whoa, so cool.
Yeah, that's it. I'm so calm. I'm so calm in the face of this. I'm just like, come on, guys. This is nothing. This is like, I've seen these guys before. Oh, maybe that's it. Like, because there was that
That's
one
true.
point in this
Yeah.
where I have seen Faye, but so maybe that's it. I'm just sort of like, I'm seeing the professor and Killick kind of like awestruck, and I'm saying, inspirational type things, or, we can do this. I'm cheerleading. Yeah, something like that. And I think maybe that's it. Just like convincing the professor that he can do it. We need him.
Yeah, it's Steely Reserve, Oren's Steely Reserve.
Yep.
Okay, so that was just an out-of-turn incidental for you guys, and now the Fae creature is going to take its action. So it fans the leaf-like appendages from the sides of its body, and a pattern of light, little glowing dots appear along these feathery structures and form into a pattern, and a glowing energy coalesces and shoots forward. And as it does, it forms into these tiny little roly-poly-like creatures that curl through the air at Oren. Do you want to spend any story points or anything like that?
No, I won't.
I will. Okay, so this is an empowered attack, so that adds 2 difficulty. This is a creature of the Anlong, so it reduces difficulty of spells by 1.
Wow.
And adds 3 to the damage. Okay, so 4 successes. So a total of 15 damage as these glowing creatures collide with your body, start crawling all over your shoulders and chest and arms, make their way up your neck, and try to crowd their way into your mouth.
Oh, gross.
The whole time tearing at your flesh.
I got 7 soak right now.
Nice.
I think. Is that right? Plus 4 soak. Yep, 7 soak. Wow. Okay, so 8 goes through.
Good thing too.
Yeah. Yes. Ouchie, that hurts. And the creatures are like ripping at my skin and stuff, and
Yeah.
my skin is already stretched so thin that like there's tears in the skin, and you can see the stone underneath it.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay, Professor. You've just seen some wild stuff.
Some gnarly stuff going on. Okay. So I guess I'm confused. Do I control my skunk now, or does he like get its own turn?
Yeah, he'll act on your turn.
Okay. Cool.
Generally,
Oh my god, I forgot about the skunk. I'm so happy.
Never
about
forget
skunk.
about the skunk.
You use a maneuver, and that enables the whatever your summon is to take an action and a maneuver.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but however, I mean, I think it's fair to say that the command you gave it when it was conjured was to go get that orb and bring it back.
Okay.
So if you want to change what you're telling it to do, you'll have to use a maneuver.
No, I wanted to do that. So
Okay. All right. So it'll act after you act.
okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna add or try to do reflection on Orin,
Nice.
like the sort of the
The barrier spell.
the barrier, and then reflection.
Oh, sweet.
So it'll be, I guess, hard or super hard.
No, just a hard check because the base
Yes.
effect is easy +2 for reflection.
Okay. Damn it.
Oh, dang. So 0 successes, 1 advantage. Oh, did you get the upgrade? You did get the upgrade, right? From
I did.
Oren's
Yeah.
check earlier.
Wah, wah.
Okay.
Oh, you did, yeah.
That's so dissatisfying.
Yeah.
It's such a bummer when a spell doesn't go off. But you do have an advantage that you can spend there.
I'll take drain away.
Cool.
Can I do that?
Yeah, as long as it's from an earlier, not from this
Yep.
spell. Cool.
Sure.
So after you've acted, your skunk.
Yes. Will return to me with the orb and like plop it in my hand.
I just recalled. So you've lost your free maneuver, right? So you'll have to spend 2 streams to maintain concentration.
Shit. Okay. Well, I have to. Yeah.
Oh, we need that skunk. You got it.
Yeah. Okay.
But that little skunk flutters on over. Its pouch bulging with the pearlescent orb.
Yes.
And does it land or does it just hover next to you?
It'll hover next to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you have a stamina potion?
Oh, I do.
Did we get?
Yeah.
Did you get a?
Yeah, I did.
You might need to.
Yeah. Guzzle that. I forgot about that.
I'm gonna
Thanks.
guzzle my heal for
Yeah.
sure next turn.
Okay, back around to the top of the round, and it's a PC slot first.
Killick, do you want to try and get out of or fight with this thing?
After seeing the creature in all its unglory, and being swept up by the crab, I feel like Killick's just. I feel like he's just like near panic, and so he's gonna do what's been working so far and just blast the crab again.
Yep.
And see if we can't hopefully even these odds a little bit.
He's doing the one thing, but he's doing it so well.
Doing one thing only. Is this upgraded at all against the crab?
Well, it does have adversary too.
Jeez. All right. That's not scary at all.
Nice.
Damn. Okay.
5 successes and a triumph.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, with 2 against 2 red.
You're just showing off now. So, well, I will say before you, so the damage alone is enough to finish off this giant crab creature.
Cool.
I'm all right with that.
So what does it look like as you kill this thing?
You mentioned earlier, I think is my first attack, how it kind of like blasted off some of its shell.
Yeah.
I think this blast, I get a little lucky, and like it just, some crabs have eye stalks and some have just eyes. So I'm gonna take a little bit of narrative authority here and say this doesn't have eye stalks, it just has eyes, and it just like blasts right through one of his eyes and just. I don't know how big a crab's brain is. Probably not very, but it nails it, and just off like a light switch. And I imagine it drops me into the water. I'm realizing probably, and it just can't be good. And it's
I'm sure you can
as
swim, right?
its body drops into the water, it throws up another one of those waves that washes over the feet of the people still on the dock.
Nice.
And then that triumph. I'd love for something good to happen that would mitigate.
How do you feel about potentially breaking free of the phase enchantment,
Yeah, that would be great.
the enrapture? Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cold seawater like shocks your system.
Won't suffer more strain going swimming my way toward the dock, hopefully.
And then as this giant crab creature sloshes down into the water, to spin these 2 GM story points because it collides with the side of the cavern and a huge chunk of the wall falls down with it into the water. Sand and gravel begins to rain down from the ceiling above, and there's a very unsettling crack that runs up through the building above you.
Oh shit.
Oh, the city staff will be happy they don't have to demolish it tomorrow.
All right, so the Sea Fae acts next.
Well, can I?
Oh, go ahead. Did you have...
Well, I have my maneuver back because of the triumph.
Oh, that's right.
Can I make it to the dock and back up onto it with just the maneuver?
Yes.
Okay, great. I do.
I think even the action of the water that's sloshing back and forth can help kind of carry you up onto the dock.
Awesome. Okay. I flop onto the dock like a gasping fish.
Okay. And so the Sea Fae, it's now hovering above the water, looking down at you all. Its prized orb, the thing that brought it forth from the ocean to this place, is in the possession of these adventurers. It focuses its will onto Professor Potionsmith and recognizes that you're the one that summoned this creature.
Oh no!
And it, once again, the pattern of light races across its feather-like extremities. Power coalesces and a beam shoots out the professor.
Oh man, he's so screwed.
So it's attempting to transform you, Professor.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's using the transform spell, which is an average check, and it's adding Curse of the Wild, which increases the difficulty by 3 to 5.
Ooh.
But it gets to remove one because of its connection to the Anlong. You have 4 player story points. Do you want to spend
I say
it?
go for it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so that'll upgrade the difficulty of the check.
Okay.
Ho, ho, ho. 1 failure, 1 threat.
Oh.
All right, so the power shooting forth from the Fae's wings wraps around your body, and you can feel it pulling and tugging on your corporeal form, trying to force you down into the shape of a sea slug. But you're able to resist it.
My my vine arm. That's why.
You've been transformed
confused.
before.
Yeah.
You can't be transformed again.
Obviously.
Foolish Fae.
Yeah.
All right, so you have a threat there. How would you like to use it?
Can it it's like it's opened itself up for like an attack.
Yeah,
It's like concentrating so much on trying to transform me, and it's maybe left itself open for.
absolutely. Yeah, whoever attacks it next will get a boost. And speaking of, it's a PC slot next.
I think it'd be cool if the professor went now. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll go. Yeah, because I got the orb.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, I guess I'll try to hightail it out of there. So I'm just gonna turn with my tail between my legs and just start running towards the door with my skunk.
Nice. So 1 maneuver would take you to the top of the stairs at that at the doorway.
Okay.
And you still, am I right? Yeah, you're still needing to spend 2 strain for your maneuvers.
Okay.
So that would be 4 strain to maintain the conjure,
Oh.
and then move.
Don't have that.
Yeah.
Can you use the action to drink your potion?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Unfortunately, drinking a potion is a maneuver.
Is it a move? Yeah, it's a maneuver.
It is a maneuver. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
can
think I'm
you can
stuck.
use
Okay,
your action
well,
to gain a maneuver.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Right.
But it would still,
Okay.
it still wouldn't be free, right? It would still go, oh, no, wait, see, no, yeah. You can downgrade your action and not spend strain for that maneuver. Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I'll drink my potion, and then I'll run towards the door with my skunk.
Okay. So you regain 5 strain, and then 2 strain for that second maneuver.
Okay.
And then the skunk will just follow you, right? Because that's what you told it to do originally.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're at the top of the door. You're at the top of the stairwell, right there at the door. And we have a
Cool.
piece. Sorry. Did you want to do an action too? Oh, no, you downgraded
Nope.
it.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it for me.
Oh, okay. Orin is. Yeah. I think Orin has to go.
Or it has to.
Yeah. So, well, how about I use a maneuver to drink a healing potion,
Okay.
and then I will. I'm gonna shoot her, and then spend 2 strain to move up to also do the run
Okay.
up the stairs. So 2 strain to do that, but I will shoot first. What range is she from us? Short range?
Short range, yeah.
Okay. Longbow. I will use a story point. I don't know if this is going to be useful. Is this a useful thing to do right now?
To shoot at her?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Oren's gonna just shoot. I think he'd just shoot. Yeah. Okay. With the story point upgrade. Okay. Oh, there we go.
Nice. 4 successes, 1 threat. So for
So 12 damage.
for the threat,
Yep.
I'll just have you take a strain. You know, this is a real intense moment. You're
Totally.
firing your bow, you're running up the stairs, the ceiling's collapsing, it's all happening at once now.
And I'm running. Killick has been yelling at us to run.
Killick's voice is ringing in your ears. So 12 damage, is that right?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so she has soak of 4, 8 damage. The first time she's been hit. Yeah, that arrow strikes true. And she has no mouth with which to scream, and yet you all hear a scream in your minds. It's not really one of pain, more one of anger. If you can ascribe such emotions to a creature like this. At the end of that round, after the crab creature hit the wall, big chunks of ceiling begin to fall. So everyone give me a coordination check, average.
Not good.
Okay. So failure is 3 wounds as you're hit by falling debris. And then that 1 threat for Killick will be a strain. And then the professor and Oren both failed, but professor got 1 advantage and Oren 3. How do you guys want to use that?
By taking a little bit of damage, but not too much, I will resolve myself to get out of here. So I'll heal 1 strain.
Okay. This isn't so hard.
Oh yeah, I guess I could.
Dodging chunks of rock that fall from the sky.
I've had worse.
Yeah.
And so what do you think for Oren?
Yeah, I can't think of anything too funky, so maybe just strain
Okay.
as well. Strain heal. 2 strain?
Yeah, sounds good. And then I will also need a roll for the skunk.
Oh.
Okay. Just like a
coordination check. So for the skunk, since he's an adversary, I actually think the dog stat block.
Okay, good. That's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah, there you go. Does he have any skill ranks in coordination?
I don't think so. No.
Right. So 3 successes with no advantage. So that little skunk, man, it's flipping around, floating past those fallen rocks. What a beast. All right, so now we're at the top of the round, PC slot.
I feel like you should probably get out of there.
Yeah. Hey, guys, wait for me. I thought running away was my idea. And I get a boost die for somebody left behind a boost die for attacking the thing. Did that get used?
Oh, I did. I don't think so. No.
Oh no.
Well, I will gladly add that to my pool. And it has adversary too, so both my dice are upgraded. Okay. Sweet.
Oh.
All right. So
Nice.
yeah, 12 damage and an advantage, which I will use to mitigate some of that strain. And I will. They're only one maneuver away,
Yes.
so I'm going to use both. I'm going to incur 2 more strain. They can leapfrog past me on their turns.
Oh man, so you're scooting past them and further up the staircase, right?
Yep.
Oh man, she really wanted to get a final hit at Killick, but it's not going to work out for her. But it is her turn, and I think Professor has the conjure going. Professor is the focus of her ire. She's going to hit. She's going to try to hit Professor. So now you are. I think you've moved up into medium range away from her. Okay, so this one has the deadly effect. So 3 difficulty reduced by 1 because of her special ability.
Ooh.
Okay. So she rolled 3 successes, 2 threats, and a triumph. You have 2 threats to spend. The magic threats are worse. So I don't know if you have it easily accessible, but
Oh, no, I don't.
for 2 threats, the spell doesn't take effect until the start of the next round. And the other 2 aren't nearly as cool as that.
Yeah, let's use that then.
So describe how that looks. So once again, these lights start glowing and flashing along her feathery appendages. Power coalesces. It shoots out at you. As it approaches you, it begins to take the form of coral growths, and she seems to be wanting to pierce your skin with them.
Okay.
But what happens instead?
I'll have like my vine.
Nice.
My vine arm will kind of extend and like cover the coral.
Awesome. So it's dancing and weaving. It holds the attack at bay.
Yes, exactly.
Very cool.
Yes.
All right. Well, that was her action. Her maneuver. She flicks her appendages at you guys in some final curse, perhaps, or form of communication that doesn't cross the barrier between the gulf between whatever she is and what you guys are. And then she turns and dives back into the water below. And it's a PC slot. Are you guys at this point just going to book it out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get one more roll as the building continues to collapse around you. This time it's a hard coordination check. Failure means 5 damage, and any threat will be straight. Why don't we do it one at a time? All right, we'll start with Professor. So that's a failure with 1 threat. 5 damage. You do get to apply soak, however.
Oh.
As a rock collides with your back.
Oh, I didn't apply soak last time. It was 3 damage last time, right?
It was 3 last time, yeah.
Yeah, I totally forgot about soak. And so that negates the last one's damage for me. Thank goodness, because I'm going to fail this roll.
I think that's the same for me, too.
Nice. All right.
3s. Okay.
Well, I think the most exciting thing would be for Oren to go next.
Okay.
And before
I'll upgrade with the story point.
I'm gonna do the same.
All right. Hey.
Nice.
Oh, looking for those triumphs, baby.
A success, 2 threats, and a triumph. Those 2 threats will be strain.
Straight up.
And then the triumph. You want to help out your buddy Killick?
Oh, no, I think I will help out the skunk.
Nice.
I think that's wise because I'm going to fail the shit out of this roll regardless.
Oren is all about that opal.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get a roll for the skunk.
Okay.
Hey, 1 success and 1 threat.
Clutch.
Nice.
So the poor little guy takes a strain as he's having to dip, dodge, dive, and dip.
Oren knocked away 1 rock just as it was about to hit him.
All right, Killick. I think I got to spend a story point to upgrade the difficulty of this check.
Alrighty, well, here goes nothing.
3 failures, 2 threats.
So 5 damage less my soak is 2, and
2 strain
2 straight.
puts you right at your threshold, but not over.
yep.
Wow. So how does it look as the 3 of you come barreling out of this building as it collapses around you? Do we want to go in order? Professor first, then Oren, then Killick?
Yeah. Do I still have the spell stuff on me?
Oh, no, that's all gone now.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I run as fast as my 80-year-old legs will carry me, and with my skunk in tow, like with like me kind of shielding the skunk with my like robed arm as I run out the door. Is that
Just hightailing it out there.
yeah?
Your knees pumping, your wizardly robes billowing behind you.
Yeah.
All right, so you're the first one out, and behind you comes Orin.
Orin does a tumble or a leap or something, and then he looks over and he sees the professor, and most importantly, the skunk carrying that opal have made it out, and he just collapses on the ground, and you see the outer layer of skin fall off of him, and then the stone skin falls off of him, and then there's another layer of just regular old skin on him again, and he's back to regular Orin.
He's like molting.
Yeah, basically.
Awesome.
He collapses on the ground.
So a tumble into a leap. You're landing in that superhero pose.
Yeah.
As all the skin and stone falls off your body onto the ground.
Yeah.
Last one out is Killick.
Killick, his little legs carrying him as fast as they can go. Rockets out the door, just behind the other two, and soaking, shaken, shell-shocked. I think it's appropriate that he just like kind of stumbles and falls down once he's clear of the door, and once I don't know, maybe a dozen feet from the front of the door or something, and just kind of lays there, and chest heaving, eyes wide open, just incredulous at what just happened. Completely, he's at his strain threshold, so he's almost in shock, really. And if you're looking closely, though, you'll notice that he's gripping his holy icon, like just white-fingered grip on it. He looks around at you guys and he's like, "We should be fucking dead." In between heaving, panting gasps.
And as those words leave Killick's mouth, the building collapses in on itself. Stone and wood raining down into the cavern below. A gust of dust shoots upward with some sea spray into the air as the last bits of the Faestone building collapse into the sea below. And as the dust begins to settle across the three adventurers, you hear the sound of a slow clap. Turning to look at the gate, you see the gathered patrons of the Shallows Draft House. And there, right in the middle, Mr. Toebeans.
Mr. Toebeans.
I can't believe it! I can't believe they made it out!
I want my 5 silver back.
All right, well, that brings us to the end of this Genesys RPG Community Live Play.
Woohoo.
Thank you, Tim, Scott, and Sheldon for playing tonight. And thanks to everyone who may listen in. If you'd like to participate in a community live play or even run one yourself, get on over to the Genesys RPG Discord server, where there's lots of great folks who love this game. But for now, may your days be full of good things.